بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello, Dadwini. We're just warming up. Let me just put out the links. Yes, Yabs. What is going on, my brother?
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
How are you? Doorashadii wax ma ka haysaa? War ma ka haysaa doorashadii, bro?
I got one or two things. I got about it. One or two things that I found out. I wanted to look at the candidates. Is it happening? Because you got to remember, we're only 2 months away. They said it's going to happen in October. So I was thinking to myself, SS, I like to stay ahead of the game. As much as we can. You get where I'm coming from?
Big up.
SS, big up. Man like Slade Wilson in the building. Family. Yeah, I already know, but
Muslim.
I saw something. Yeah, brother, I saw something in it, yeah? And it's a video that is on Ahmed Bossman's video. I wanted everyone to watch up, just when the crowd warms up and the people come together, and them ones, yeah. And I think this happened today. And the Somali tube, I don't say YouTube no, I say Somali tube. They got Somali TikTok. Somali tube is going nuts. Going nuts. It's the boy Roble. The boy Roble. He's my guy. He was my guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still my guy. MP. He's the PM. He's the Prime Minister of Imika right now. It's like a whole shit. Into DOORASHOOYINKA. You get what I'm coming from the upper day. He's the main guy now, isn't it? Yeah. And this happened to him today. He's the main guy. He's calling the shots. Do you get what I'm coming from? What?
He's got the most seats for the Puntlanders. Yes, my guy.
I don't know about that. That's what shit. Gonna get the miss. Listen, we'll get back into that in a bit, innit? Yeah. But let's watch this 10-minute video. Hit up the mute button, and I want the crowd and everyone to let me know what their thoughts are.
karaamadii 20 milyan oo Soomaaliya ayaad maanta Uhuru Kenyatta cagihiisa dhigta magacaad sida ra'iisul wasaare inaad tahay waxa dhan ma xasuusan weyday baka barawaas mooday maxaa Uhuru Kenyatta hoostiisa ku galiyaan ognaay waxaanu dambi oo naga kasto ma xidhe hooyada magac fiican ba ku bixisay Maxamed laakiin waa qasaartay tii ku dhashay Soomaaliyana waa kugu qasaartay bakti dhalay magacaan hayn waan ku rahdana garan maayo kastuma xidhaaw warhaada horta mayna salaamo waabanilaa inaan salaamo xitaa aniga dhanba wallahi inaan meelo joogo bas kala garanayni waayo ninkaas la igu yiri war ra'iisul wasaaraha dalka Soomaaliya adduunka ceeb uga bax ilaahay baan ku bariyay uga baxday saanaaba uga baxday adduunka ceeb ilaahay adduunka ceeb kaaga saar bakti dhala wax la yiriyo Uhuru Kenyatta hoostiisa ii fago fanta ku dishay ma ku yiraahdaa alla wuxuu damiir daranaayay damiirka xagu ka aaday ilaahay damiirka ka qayb waxaan maqli jiray waxa saay dhiiqo cagaha kula jira madaxa ayuu dhiiqa kula jira madax buu isku tuuray dumbululo naagta wasiirada arrimaha dibadda markuu u yeedhay baan la yaabay what's wrong with him wasiir arrimaha dibadda oo ra'iisul wasaare dhan oo loo magacaaday war dalkan doorasho gaarsi okay whatever skalaq kulli iska caadi skalaq maxaa ku xigay Mombasa taagan yahay macawis buu la ordaya war kastuumada ma iska bixi marka macawista xidhays ma garan weyday ilaahay baan idinku dhaarshay ninka dhan ee dalka loo xil saartay ee mas'uulkana looga dhigay ma garan waaye war ninka mudan in wax lagu sharfaa waa adiga war ninka martida ahi waa adiga war ninka gurigiisa la joogaa waa Uhuru war ninka la rabay inuu adiga hadiiba imaanays in wax la isku sharfo maba xumo oo dadka waa la sharfaay hadday ma imaanayso qof in wax lagu sharfo cidda sharafta mudani inay tahay cidda martida aysan ahayn cidda martida loo yahay halkaas diyaarad kala raacday miya macawis iyo bahalkii si aad Uhuru Kenyatta ugu soo xidho ma waxaad ilowday wixii dambi ahaa oo dalka Soomaaliya ka galay war alla ku soo qabay ma weyday wixii ma garan weyday oo ma xasuusan weyday wuxuu dad naga xasuuqay war alla ku soo qabay ma garan weyday dhulkeeni inuu yahay wuxuu nagu haysto war lagu qabay ma garan weyday wuxuu ka xanaaqsay inuu yahay qaadka sunta maxaa la iiga celiyay oo aanu geyn waayay Soomaaliya war alla ku sii qaadiye ma garan weyday inuu Soomaaliya dalka haysto war ma xasuusan weyday inuuba Kismaayo xitaa kuga haysto war ma xasuusan weyday inta dambi ee uu Soomaaliya ninkaas ka galay haddiiba la heshiiyo waaba la sharfaayo wax waa la isisiiyaayo dhaqan waa la isku soo dhaweeyay war cidda ay mudnayd in la sharfo oo madaxa la saarto oo dhaqanka lagu soo dhaweeyo oo wixii la doonayba ha lagu sharfo la cimaamado inay adiga ahayd ma garan weydo dhaqayo war adigu inaad qofka martida aad tahay oo qofka gurigiisa la jooga ay tahay inuu adiga ku marti sooro inay tahay inuu adiga wixii dhaqan kugu soo dhaweeyo ama koofiyada ku galiya ama kabaha ku galiya adiga ay ahayd in wax lagu xidho war ma lawde only ma garan weyday waa aniga cidda martida ah waa aniga cidday tahay in la soo hoydo waa aniga cidda ay tahay in la sharfo kor loo qaado waa aniga cidda ay tahay in wax kasta oo qof lagu cimaamadi karo lagu cimaamado abad cimaam
Daps, my brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Yo, big up Sister Salma. Wallahi, thank you very much, Walalo. Thank you. Yes, that part. Talk to me.
Wallahi, you know, she slightly has a point, but at the same time, you have to understand this perspective, right? Kenya has been trying for so long to undermine Somali politics. Kenya mingled in Somali politics by paying off MPs, by paying off ministers, by paying off ex-presidents. Now, what you have to bear in mind is before Roble went to Nairobi, who came to Somalia first? Wazirka Arimaha Dibida Ufadir Kenya. She came and met with all the people that she needs to meet. In terms of, she met with the foreign minister of Somalia, she met with the prime minister of Somalia. And then
some people don't get it, man.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just finish this part, yeah? And then Roble went to Mombasa, and then he went to Kenyatta, Uhuru Kenyatta. You have to understand this. Uhuru Kenyatta tried from every angle to literally, let's be honest,
That's an old saying.
To finish us.
That's an old saying.
Okay.
Keep friends close.
The
enemies closer.
One second.
Just bringing him down.
Welcoming
him
one second.
To the lion.
One second.
To the lion.
The problem is,
you understand?
You are the prime minister.
Let me just finish this point.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me just finish this point. Please.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Early in the start. So
go ahead, Dapo. Go ahead.
Before he went there, he already established. Somalia already established that you can't mingle in our internal affairs. All right. Kenya lost. Kenya lost in every aspect. They tried with Qatar. Qatar came all the way down to Somalia, met with every rebel, with every leader. They lost. They tried with America. They lost. They tried with the European Union. They lost. Now, their foreign minister came.
Now
we're
not defending no more. We're offensive. We're offensive now. We offered them out. That means
we are
offensive.
Exactly.
We're coming for them now. We got them. They came to us. We met them in every game. Now we're offensive. We're gonna fight back now.
What chest?
You know what I'm saying? Now we've got the gun embargo finished. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The stitch in that bombing them, bro.
Wallahi, Ma'awiz is a front. Ma'awiz is a front, making them look like, you know what? Yeah, you're winning, but at the same time, you know
it's
what?
It's a polyester dress with the bloody bomb inside. It's got bomb inside.
No, allow me. The polyester dress guy. I don't even want them around me today. This is straight Siyaso game. Okay, guys. Let's
well, I can't believe it, bro. Well, we're going.
I'm just saying.
No.
No. I'm just saying. But I'm saying Muqalqa that is in front of Uhuru Kenyatta. Like the sister said in the video just before, if you just tuned in, we're talking about I'm not gonna lie, it's all over Somali tube. Everyone's talking about Roble. Why did Roble do this? Why did Roble do this in it? Yeah. Even the way he's walking, the stance. Was it a political underminement? Because the sister's right. You are the guest. You are the marti.
It's a political agenda. It's gotta be. We had no chances with them. The only time we saw these people is when they came for us, when they used power against us, when they did things against us. Do you understand what I'm saying? We never had a chance to play their game. Now that we're trying to play the game, our own people misunderstand. They say, come on. We're playing the game. Give the man a chance. Let him play the game.
And
it's a political politics.
We are winning.
If you don't play the game,
if you're winning, we are winning the game. Fuck them playing the game. We are winning the game. We are leading the game. We are already 10 steps ahead of them. They try from every angle.
That's what I'm saying. They don't realize how much.
Are you guys suffering from short memory syndrome? They tried with America. They tried from Europe side. They tried with the African Union. African Union. Remember who they made the head of the African Union? A Congolese guy who has businesses in Nairobi, and we rejected him. We changed it. We tried from every angle, and now we are winning. People.
I know we're winning now. The people, we have to understand it's a politics is a game, and it has to be played. It's a game you have to play. You have to be in it to play. If you cannot be in it, you cannot play. If you stand outside and say,
politics not for soft people. I'm telling you right now. Well, if you're soft and you have this
emotional people
holding hands,
young lady was very emotional.
You will never make it in politics. So Kenya, this guy is pointing to Kenya flag on it.
We know him, man. Slade, he's a big Kenya fan. Slade been supporting Kenya.
Salma, salam ya Salma, wa kaka salam alaikum bayo. The message area. I'm just saying hello, welcome.
Welcome. Now big up sister with that positive message there from the beginning. But guys, let's get back into this. Let's watch a video for another 2 more clips what the sister says, yeah? And then we analyze that as well.
أمدد أهورك كياتي بها هوستي سكوجي اللي بدفي الله رئيس الوزراء نما إسكدافة Somali نما ضيا إيجا صارك نم بلا قب دونك إلهي وحنا قلنا عبا قف كيس هو صدقة شرف كيس هو صدقة كرامة دي هو صدقة والكرامة دي مد الصومالية دور كاملين بتشوف سدتها أنت قرحت عن حسوس سويد كرامة دي 20 مليون أو صومالية عياد ما أنت وهور كيات عقيه صدقتها ما قعدت سدت الرئيس الوزراء إنها واحد المحسوس سويدي بكبروا اسمودي بحاول كيات هوستي سوق وقليون أمنا وحنا دنبي أو نقلي ولا أنا الرئيس الوزراء دنبكوا يحتاجيني دوني وحول بهذا يدعان إفن هدي دورش مركز عدو بلغوص دور الرئيس الوزراء لا قاعدوا ولا ندبا أوضب بس الرئيس الوزراء كوكو تحكيلين دوني وحول بهذا يدعان إلهي شرفك كاقاد إلهي شرفك كاقاد أنت نيداون إنسان أو شرك رأي الله شرفك كاقاد شرفك مدة الصومالية دومياتك دعان وحلقة الله يا وابد الصومالية وحلقة الله يا وقاد كدي من السعودية وحلقة الله يا والله بدر الرئيسان كيا يقول ليش بس والله بدر الرئيسان أو أي كيا جد قامني جد درب أكريس وحتى ما تديني أي أحسوق ضي وحا أمانتا وقنتي كأن أهور كيات الحرية حوالها يجا قاوة شرف كيغانا كدرسو إلهي كسوق بي ولا أنا حتى كان مانتا هبار ولا وابسنين ولا أنا هبار ولا وابسنين هبار كيغاسني حق بو كله because مقعيق مدح كوسيتا أو مقع مدى صوماليات مدح كوسيتا أو مقع دادك اللي حسوقيو كان يحسوقي أيو مدح كوسيتا عقوبا ويكون عايسا كاس بلايا مع وسكو حراتي بلايا مع وسكو حداي وكان أسوي كان يدس السارية.
Are you so ready?
وحليلي وهور كيات هوستي سيفلو بلايا وهور كيات هوست ماذا ذكرته ستيت هاوس هل كان حاجة كده هل كان أسوي سارية قرأت في عنه وصول وينيا سفيعنا إن هذا أخذ عن بعربة والله بقران وحل سوق اللي State House كينيا بيج كاسي بيج فيجا معها وان باري والسوق قيتي وState House كينيا تيك تعجارن بوليه هاي وState الصحة إيه كينيا وحكي السوق صوب حق لو قرأ وحل السوق قرأي قرأ الكندير قيبتن باراجراف كالصدحات باراجراف كالصدحات وحكو قرأ وحن سور دوينة نادي بسور علين تكينيا إيه الصوماليا حرير كذي دبلوماسية ذات. We welcome the restoration of the Kenya-Somali diplomatic ties and called for محاوى حدودي محل هذا مرنكي بدا محمرك بدا كان مرنكي بدا كيا إيه الصوماليا ودحي عندها أيقوم علينا حتى إنجليش أقونين resolution of the maritime border dispute موجودة وباراجرافك صدحات وقرال ككوبنا أفر باراجراف كصدحات مدير كدب ولا قد ليدا because قيلة دي عبدت قيلة صويا of course تلفنا بدنا كسر العرب له هاي عيبين إنه ده واتي هذا كور كده عضي
Yeah, but also, Daps, what do you think of that in there? Dapo, what are you saying?
والله قبرتها وانا حشمانة but at the same time I don't think she knows exactly how geopolitics works. And you have to look at every aspect and you have to really analyze it from A to Z. Kenya, as I said, tried from every angle to undermine Somalia politics, Somalia authority, Somalia sovereignty, and Somalia legitimacy. They tried it from every angle to the ICJ.
So the same guy that does that, would your prime minister, your PM, and on a state visit, like chummy guys?
What I would say is,
or would you be more hostile? At the end of the day, these guys.
Personally,
Let me just land. I'm just saying,
go on.
You are you're a PM of a country. You've gone to your neighboring country. Obviously, Allah could that shit in front of Ummah Ordan. Is it lovely? Would you be more stance and say, yeah, let's get to business? What we here for? Straight away from the get go. You have to. I don't know.
No, I
hear what do you say?
I hear you loud and clear. Let me answer that question.
There's nothing wrong with having a character. There's nothing wrong with having a personality of being a diplomatic.
But that's not a personality. But that's not but you don't need.
My guy has got a personality where he welcomes the guy. Bubbly. It makes him bubbly. They go back door. Well, I said, I saw the passage she was talking about. I've never seen a maritime seaside deal. What only diplomatic ties clear? Nothing else. We didn't say we're going to talk to them about this.
Listen to this as well.
When did they say on that passage we're going to talk to them about this thing?
I listen to this as well, right? You have to bear in mind as well is who initiated the talk. It wasn't Somalia who initiated the talk and said, I want to welcome Kenya to Somalia border and welcome them in Mogadishu.
They came to us first.
They came to us first. So let me finish this point. First of all, they came to us first. Several times they came
They don't
to us
understand.
First, okay?
My sister, she doesn't understand politics.
شعب الصوماليات كان روب له وحو مثلا 20 مليون او صومالي الشعب الصومالي مركز هدقنا ذا ما فاهم شرف يا كرامه روب له ودكو كسو سلامه. That's it. At the end of the day, he went there with his agenda and he put his agenda. Dantis او كسو على ده. Dan او صومالي dantis او صومالي او كسو على. That's it. You have to forget about the aspect of why is he giving him ma'awiz, why is he doing this, why is he doing that. At the end of the day, he went there for the sake of Somalia and he fulfilled the needs that what the Somali people need. And we do need a civil agreement with Kenya that is peaceful. We are neighboring countries, unfortunately. You understand?
Wasn't it the Greeks that offered the big horse in defeat?
We are.
And then in the night, they beat the shit out of their own team.
Dealing with them.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This
anyone that went to Kenya has seen its needs. Saudi yaa joogo Halage, yaa joogo Parkland, yaa joogo Westland. Somali are joogaan. Somali sare akadisanayaan. So we have to find a way to find a diplomatic relationship, but at the same time, you cannot lose the battle. And I think Somalis are right now winning the battle big times, 100%.
Are you sure?
100%. Look what's going on
sure?
in the ICJ. Look at the ICJ. What's going on in the ICJ? They didn't
Forget
even
the ICJ, but then again, hold your horses.
They didn't even come to the meeting.
Hold your horses, son.
Oh,
Let me just ask you a question, Mukhi, yeah? There was a video, I think it's circulating around, I don't know, I need to find it. I'm going to find it fast and put it up in it, yeah? Where there's people in Kenya, Somalia right now, like the girl said, and a lot of the Dalila are screaming at child called the Mudonin or Hanam Kudonin on their Dafa. At the same time, in it, yeah. Do you think that's a cowardless mistake just for money, but to make?
No, I think
do you think it is? And then Mustaqbil wouldn't care Barbina. Why don't they just keep the child ban, lock off ties their way, and just carry on?
I understand fully. I'm with you with that one. You have to bear. Look at what we've done currently with Ethiopia. I'm not a pro Jad person. Wallah al-Azim, Jad is a drug. Or Somali or I believe in that. First of all, yeah. And I'm not advocate of Jad, but Jad does bring money to Somali economy. Let's face really 100% the facts, okay, in terms of economical wise. And so what happened is right now is when we stopped dealing with Kenya, we started to deal with Ethiopia Jad. So now recently we signed an agreement with Ethiopia to export fish and etc., and they're going to bring Jad. So now what I've read recently on the news is that we're going to start similar talks with Kenya, where we're not just receiving goods, we actually are exporting goods as well. So our economy will slightly benefit and our GDP will slightly go up. So we are slightly in the talks in terms of exporting fish, in terms of exporting livestock. So alhamdulillah, we do need to get to that table and start actually talking and negotiating and see what the country has to offer and what the other country has to offer and exchange goods. But rather than just taking Jad, we were taking 3 flights from Nairobi to Somalia, 3 flights a day, or Jad or ummadda Soomaaliyeed gase ka digay oo jidka jiifaan oo xaasahooda badbaadiya oo xamsameyn kara ma shaqaystaan. That's what we're getting right now, and we have to change that aspect. But other than that, I think we have to be realistic. Kenya is borders to us. We share Garissa with them. That kind of measures are again, and we share a lot of stuff with them. So we have to slightly get on with them, but at the same time, we can't be taking the mick out of. So from my perspective.
Yeah, but also. Talk to me.
Yeah, I hear that. I believe up to differently. I believe they're going to be sinking. It's like I said to you, my guys, we have to welcome them in order to put them in the pit. I told you this Greek story up to the Trojan horse.
Yeah,
it's the same story,
that's bro. Not gonna really work.
They offer it in respect of defeat, but then they got beat. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This is how it works.
Man.
This is how politics is. Why snaking up to this guy's معوش تسمع كوكر عيسو وحبا قارية وحبا داعية bro. Trust me.
You say معوش والله.
It's gonna have to happen.
هركز ما تاجتها يا بدر.
Up to some people are hiding it inside the mouse. You don't know.
No, yabs man. I don't know. No. Nah, I feel like you look. A lot of people have been taking a piss out of Rob, innit? Yeah, I think was he a nice guy? Is he too soft? I don't know.
We tried something different. We're trying something different.
Well, I have to be honest.
We tried that.
Regarding Rob,
but we have to try something different.
No, regarding Robler, you have to be really analyzing the human being. Wallah al-Azim, Allah طول عمرك, إلهي أكتب عمر داها سيو, إلهي عافيه, ورئيس وزراء Somalia, والحشمة. لكن I don't think he has a political hardness in him. Sometimes in politics you have to be rough. You understand? You can't be.
No, some people
Kenya is
are not
our
straightforward.
enemy country. We can't forget that. Remember, Kenya.
Yeah, but they're not
Wallahi
straightforward.
I
They're
believe it
snakes.
100% is our enemy
Do you
country.
think? Do you
Kenya
think?
and
No. Do you know what it
Ethiopia.
is? Stop.
They get the
And
snakes
Yabba.
way.
Do you think his
Kenya was
demeanor?
snake, and it takes a snake to catch them.
Nah, do you
Trust
think the
me,
man's
Kenya's
what do you mean
snake,
takes a
and it
snake?
takes
What
a
you
snake
on
to
Yabba
catch
there,
them.
man?
No, Kenya is a
have to play
snake. Kenya
games.
was snake. He's a snake.
Okay, how many times?
Kenya is snake. Kenya is a snake. They are
How many
snake.
political aspects in the Yeah.
Kenya,
So it takes
you know
a
what?
snake to do that. After my
Somalia
response, but I'm
today-
going to kill them from the side.
Yeah, but wallahi, 100% right. You know why? Because if
many
Hassan
times.
Taylor was president, today or prime minister, Kenya would have had already on lock. If Sheikh Sharif, even my own people, Sheikh Sharif was president, he had them on lock. Wallah al-Azim, the fact that Farmaajo and Roble are not able to be bought, that's the fact. They hate it. They hate it. They don't like it.
Hey, you made someone laugh, innit?
Allah,
What do you think, Fatma? What do you think Fat said? Fatma said, I still trust Robler more than Khaira.
Of course,
Khaira's a
Roble is
crook.
more trustworthy. Yeah, Khaira took.
He's trying something different. He's trying something different, bro.
Khaira, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
but
lie
it's
to
a
you.
snake. It takes a snake.
He just looks
I
like
trust
he
more Roble
like
than
he'll
Khaira,
rob you.
100%. Yeah, 100% he'll rob you. He's a gangster. He looks like a gangster.
Like he's gonna rob you.
WM.
Like he's gonna rob you.
WM. That's what I hate about Sister WM. She threw a spanner in the works. She threw
Farmaajo is currently getting backed by UK. Officially, Boris Johnson said he's the only first Somali president who has good legitimacy.
Now, WM just knows one thing, yeah. She knows that Khalid Tapa is a Farmaajo fanboy.
I like Farmaajo.
So
You know why I like Farmaajo? He does something for Somalia. That's
how she's
Wallahi, anyone that does something for Somalia, I like him. I like Sheikh Sharif. He done for Somalia. I don't think he was coming back. I don't think he's coming back. Yeah, I don't think he's coming. Hildibara will not vote for him.
Okay. We're gonna look at all these wazirs. Yeah, we're gonna look at you got the list. You got the name in it.
Dapper.
You got that picture in it. You got that picture in it. Yeah. Look at that picture. Can you do me a favor? Can you read out the names and who are each candidate? Just read out their names and we're gonna find out that picture. No, not Qabil Han. No, just their names. Just their names. WM knows. We were talking. Remember a couple of months ago, even Dapper, the guy, President Cheese, extended his own extension. I don't even know. Just made it up out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, he said, "Yeah,
listen, the pictures on my phone.
Why?
I see the picture right now here. I have to.
The guy lost it, man. Yeah, he lost the shop, man. He lost it.
I think it's on the WhatsApp group. Check out the WhatsApp group with it. But listen,
I have it. We have it on the.
No, telephone can call Kujira there. I'm on the phone. But I see a picture. here. Sheikh Sharif, Ahmed Tilson, Haju, Nilla Doho, and Hassan Sheikh, Sharif Sheikh Hassan, and Khaira, Hamid Kala Joga, all of the whole, and Mesa the whole.
I think I know Sheikh Saab got clear. Mama, I don't know. So I've got clear. Why being like that?
I get that. I'm done. Listen. Okay, let's not. How many men are there? There's about 22 guys in my running for the pussy game.
Well, yeah, but there's something else, bro.
All he talks about guys. Why is that? Why are you being like that?
Yeah, he's there. He wants. That is a funny one. Then he wants to control the MPs. So Asara بوقت حلبانات دورته أو إسكداف أو جاسك أو شيخ إسكداف أو إماك إسكداف أصار بحلبانات كده.
حرتي ذا شيء صعبت أبقى لك كليان واحد سادس لا تني أفر تنين yeah man I love that
I think Daro
clocked it quickly. I didn't even see that, bro. What you saying? Walk on. But anyway, listen, على كل حال I'm thinking as well from the beginning. He's saying No. She set him up with, I think he's right at the beginning.
Yes, I thought this Somali abtiyaasha waa la cisa. Abtiyaasha waa ku inkaari karaa, waa la cisa.
Yeah, she set up the play. He kicked the ball. We clocked it in it, yeah. But listen to this, yeah. I said this from earlier. Remember, mark my words. I don't trust Khaira, fam. Khaira looks like a man there. He was just there for that. You know, as soon as he hits them a couple of mils, checks, he's gone.
غير توك ده كلام عقل جريمة وقتها.
Yeah, of course.
So Nikas, I'm not gonna lie to you. When he put it, remember the day he was marching across Mogadishu and he had 2 gunshots. He was hiding behind a woman.
Because he's a money man. He's a businessman, man. Businessmen don't fight. Come on, don't you know this?
So why are you marching? Why are you marching? Why are you marching? Why are you مظاهرات? Why are you going on a
the kursi in it, man? Come on, the kursi. I knew it, yeah. You know when I was watching Khaira, yeah, I said this guy's gonna snake it anytime. I looked at him, I was looking at him, I was like, the way he's so calm. I clocked it. So they kicked him out. Because I remember he had that meeting. Who did he have the meeting with? I think the meeting was with Denny and Madowe. After that meeting, Nikki you're safe, Balugu, didn't it?
You know why?
I said, why?
You know why? I heard. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I heard. A lot of these people, this one man, one vote system will kick all of us out. Yeah, Mursada never became, to be honest, like prime minister or president. So Hassan Khaira was the first Mursada or Kursi Kusofariste. So his toll said, "Warniyo, Meshar, one man, one vote. There is no Mursada going on no more. Yeah, there might be Farmajo coming back again. So you have to stand against that. That's why he got kicked out by the upper house, by the lower house. I beg your pardon. We lost our trust. And that's me saying.
Our sister, our honorable sister, WM said, Formaggio, aka Aptio, Khalid Aptio. Aptio was scared of fireworks. He was scared, shook. But you know, I'm saying no, Aptiga. Not Aptiasha. Aptiga Formaggio was a bit scared, innit?
Why is Formaggio Apti?
Yeah.
Say that Apti. Well, Khalid, tell me why is Formaggio Apti?
I thought it was Aptiga, innit, man? I thought, like, you know, Hoya in Apti Hain, in Aderba Hain, I don't know.
ومدحوينها جمهورية صوماليا.
No. I feel like he was close to your family, innit? My Yerashiki
close to my family. No, هويدي عائلة هويدي سجال بلاد يسوق يسوودي إفتاء وخفقس هويا صوت صح ولا؟ خفقس هويا سجال بلاد يسوق.
نعم صح ولا؟ يا صاحبي صديقي نعم.
صح.
Yeah, wallah.
So
yes,
everyone was brought up by a mother. Doesn't matter if your mother is
Irish speakers or something, man.
It doesn't matter if your mother is Ogadir. It doesn't matter if your mother is Majatan. If it doesn't matter if your mother is Marahan or Hawirgidir. Of course, the hoy sagal brusuka sowade. Ina abti wala isa. That's it. Like ina abti mulus qabil ukta muktersin. Are
you sure?
I don't know about you, but I know for sure. No,
I'm not really sure. What do you think about this question? Big up, sister G Marley. You know what happened to me? You guys can't believe it. You know, yesterday's stream.
Yeah,
I told you guys,
Mahad. What's it called? Mahdi. What's his name again? Mahdi Guled is running.
Mahdi Guled is running. So what does that mean?
Is it Isaac?
It means what? Telephone mandira. Yo, you know, I've got a lot of heat. He said, Aderosh. He's a shakametala. Bottom marriage chain or something. Shakametala. You know the one. Should I get on the phone? Say Somali speakers, you know. Well, I don't. Someone might clip that, yeah, and send that out there, and you know, possible best behave. Guys, let me just say something to the crowd in it, yeah. We got hit up with a copy strike yesterday, you know that, and it's all because of G Marley.
No,
because of
you.
Not because of G Marley. I rate G Marley. Yeah, it's actually my fault.
Yeah, you dropped the video.
You know what? Yeah, I put a video yesterday up here. You know, on G Marley, boom, boom, boom. And then yesterday, if everyone's wondering what happened to the stream yesterday, it got struck down by YouTube. Just for, you know, that running clip with the Somali. I never thought 2 Somalis would get me copyrighted in YouTube. Who? The guys that
Tokyo owns it.
Yeah, apparently there is Sakahat.
I do him
Yeah, but Tokyo don't care about the
The two guys that was
Tokyo
running,
don't
so
care
yeah, we got a mad copy strike. I think I'm gonna try clip the bit. I spoke to sister therapy. She said, you know, you could, or someone said you could clip that little bit out and then try re-upload the whole 4 hours of khasara, bro. I couldn't believe it. You know, when I woke up there, I put it in the group as well, innit? Yeah, I put the picture. I was like, ah. So now I know anyone that's starting a YouTube channel, do not play Olympics.
Yeah,
It's a hot
copyright will
mess.
get you.
Let's get back to the topic now.
Okay,
What
I
do you lot
want to
think?
know from your perspective, right? From your perspective or from Yabada's perspective, who do you think from out of all of this? Yeah, we had Hassan Sheikh, we had Farol is running as well, and we have Deni running, we have Farmajo running, we have Ghaira running, we have so many Abdurrahman Abdushakur running, we have so many people running. Yeah, one as well is running. I don't forget his name, but he used to live in Edmonton Green. All of them are running. Well, one-time use, in my opinion. Who do you think is the best for the country?
For me, what do you guys think? A new face. What about a new face? A new face.
Yeah, none of those guys on the picture, bro. I'm telling you. We want some new blood.
I agree.
New breed, new blood.
I think right now, all these guys should just retire and a new face should take over. Yo, big up Sister FA in the building. Salam. I think, a new face politician is needed.
Absolutely.
Definitely in the South.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I'm not trying to take the piss here. I think these guys, what they did, it's not whoever. I'm just saying, for now, all these guys that did that, you know, that disaster and what they did,
yeah.
This whole DOORASHOOYINKA 1 minute, like Khaira, I'm not gonna lie to Khaira, he just proved that he's a snake, innit? 1 minute, you can't trust a man like that on the kursi.
No.
What about what's his name?
You can never trust a man like that.
What about Abdushakur? What's his name?
At least he went with what agenda? His agenda was to get Farmajo out of the office. His whole agenda was that. So I understand his agenda, right? I understand Mahat's agenda. I understand Sheikh Sharif agenda. I understand Hassan Sheikh agenda, yeah? But what I don't understand is this Ghaira agenda. Ghaira used to be very close with Farmajo, and then all of a sudden the guy snaked him and he went behind his back.
I know.
So that's what they do in politics. That's how you play a game.
That's how
you play a game. In case you
it's a dirty game. Anyone that goes into politics, you're a dirty bar. I don't want to shit. I met a couple of brothers and sisters said, got my degree in politics in it. I had to look at that. I said, bro,
it's not something to be
dirty game. For me, it's a dirty game.
You're a hypocrite. Biggest hypocrites in this world.
سياسة
politicians the biggest hypocrites in the world.
ومسخ جروب او ماشي بعدين او Somali دعيان وجوغا بس
we're living in Masuk time. We're living in Masuk time. This is how the time we have to take the money. They have to eat. They have to do this.
Yeah, but listen to this, right?
This is the way it works.
Yes, listen to this, right? When the border dispute between Kenya and Somalia happened, guess who used to be president? Sheikh Sharif, okay? And guess what happened? Abdurrahman Abdushakur, a guy who's running for president currently, said to Kenya, this ocean belongs to you. He signed an agreement. So on the day Abdurrahman Abdushakur wala wareste.
For $300,000. For $300,000.
So they asked him, who gave you the authority to do this? He said, Sharmaka. Yeah, Sharmaka gave me the former prime minister gave me the authority to do that. Sharmaka didn't know anything about it. Halloween the Sheikh Sharif. Sheikh Sharif هاي ورا أنا مدينها لكن وزارها وركاس وزارها اللابتوب. سبحان الله. What kind of nonsense?
I know. It's just the way the game goes, Sahib. It's just the way the game goes.
And the same people are running again. And the same people who sold our ocean are running again for election. And there's
nothing you can do about it because they got a couple of people who are trying running behind them, say, we're
talking. You know how much
a couple of people are 1 week.
You know how much to run for MP as an MP, you know هذا اسمه شرحي ولا تكون $1 او حدبان $1 presidency او مشرح بس او مشرح forget about the buying of the MPs, forget about buying of the ministers. مشرح لقنته كله دولار.
WM والله استكلم في الشيخ شريف بنتري مو غلسة. يوزل شيء لا that's sad.
Sheikh Sharif went to Oxford. No, Sheikh Sharif went to والله بالله he went to Oxford Street, Oxford University. أقسم بالله العظيم.
What Oxford in Africa or Oxford in the UK?
In the UK, the British government took care of it. والله العظيم. That's not even a joke. والله, it's not even a joke. That's not even a joke.
At what age?
He went there he went there quite early, but
Was it your first year? Was it your first year?
Sheikh Sharif عنين أكتر وحافظ. He went to Qahira. He went to Qahira. He went to Egypt. He went to Sudan. He used to live there. He used to be a very Islamic scholar in terms of Arabic studies and stuff like that. نين محل صبرت وياها الحمد لله نين جاهل والصعد موه. So at the end of the day, and at the same time when Sheikh Sharif used to be president, there was no Al-Shabaab in Hamar. حمر Al-Shabaab ما خلت جرتي. We kicked out the Ethiopians. أنا كشيخ شريف عندي Ethiopian حمر كسارين. ونين أكتم الجارتين ومحمود سليمان إلى ونحليت وكيني. So let's be honest with each other.
Man, stop defending your uncle, blood.
Thank you very much.
Stop defending your fucking
Thank you very
uncle.
much. It's a fact.
I didn't say that. I read it wrong. It said stop defending your uncle. Stop defending them, man. I don't know.
Abdullah Yusuf Ethiopian وكيني. That's a fact. إلى ونحريسته لكن أصلا وكيني. And Sheikh Sharif kicked them out. Sheikh Sharif kicked out Al-Shabaab. Everyone knows that in Hamar. Everyone that lives in Hamar will tell you during Sheikh Sharif that we had peace in Hamar. Don't chat shit.
Okay. Yeah, can African Union can you take a makoya do Sheikh Sharif?
We did Sheikh Sharif that there was no African Union.
Yeah, right. You wish. The last year.
Yeah, right. You wish.
They all came in there, bro.
That's when it started. That's when the transitional government started. That's when he brought America to the table. That's when he brought Turkey to the table. When Sharif started, يا كان غفكر ما كان عبد الله يوسف ما كان أو أجنبي أو حبشي وضع كان ده اللي إلالي and then they're bombing us from the top.
I don't know what it is to do. You take things personal. Up to Nima Wakin, see him as a politician. Just look at him as a politician, not as an abdi.
Who?
You know who, man?
Sheikh Sharif. Just look at him.
Don't look at him as a politician. I'm talking as a politician right now. The guy started transitional government. With him, we have moved on forward. That's the president.
So why did you want to come back then?
I don't want him back. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want a new face. If that's the truth. But with him, we started everything brand new. We started a transitional government. We started to move forward slowly. The United States started to speak to us again. The United Kingdom started speaking to us again. We had a movement. That's how the government started. And then from him, a peaceful transitional government was then left, and then a new president came over. Hassan Sheikh came. That's it. A peaceful. No one was debating. No one was fighting. We started off slowly building the country. Turkey, first airline, as an international airline, started to land in Aden Abdullah. That's the truth, political. That's the truth. That's nothing to do with toll card. There's nothing to do with Qabil card. And the truth, unfortunately, is Abdullah Yusuf did bring Ethiopia as a support for himself, thinking he got to fight the rebels, but he couldn't fight the rebels. Ethiopia was killing Somalians.
I thought you said a minute ago there was no rebels. Maku Sheikh Sharif jogi.
Rebel or Al-Shabaab كانوا
ياكلوا rebel.
Well, rebels. Khawariji is a rebel. So everyone is against rebel. You can have ideology, but you are still a rebel.
You're contradicting yourself, bro.
Someone said, yo, do you want to read that?
There you go again, bashing Somalia again. That's so sad.
What about this? What about this comment here?
I think it's a foreigner.
What about this one?
MJs love to lie. Well, let's be honest. They like to lie. Hawaiian like to lie. Everybody likes to lie, my friend. It's called politics.
Behave yourself, Sonny Jim. I don't know.
Yeah,
AI, what's it on, man? I don't know why he's acting shy in the chat. Tell him to jump on.
بنت قف كس الشيك مركز رولنا دارت بنت قف كس الشيك.
No, but I don't know, man.
All we need is a new blood, bro. I want a younger man than all these men on the panel. I must
someone that takes Somalia to our next level. Wallah, Somalia has potential. We have, Wallah al-Azim, as a country, we do really have potential. We're not even a lot of people. We are 20 million people. And Wallahi, we get our acts together, we can actually become a certified, stable, established country. And we do have the potential. That's the sad thing about it. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck what you are. I'm not in that stage no more. I just want my country to be built where my children can go back and actually say, you know what, I went back to Somalia. Because I used to grow up back in the days, people say I went to Morocco, I went to Turkey for my homeland. And I couldn't go to my homeland. I went to Dubai. You know what I mean? That's not my homeland. But I want my own other children to grow up and go back to their homeland. So we need someone that has a good aspect for Somalia, some good prosperity for Somalia. Mention قبيل والله it gets tiring and it's boring. I don't care about that. Is they paying your bills? Is he sending you money every month?
I don't know, man. You might be getting something because you keep bigging them up all day.
Yabade. That's how we call him, Yabade. But listen to this, yeah? Okay. I hear where you guys are coming from, yeah? Someone asked us when, I think October, in 2 months' time, either there's going to be a new man in the chair or there's going to be an old guy, old face. It's one of them two. But this time round,
I wanted the younger generation to take over, bro.
I'm saying, okay, this time around, whoever takes the kursi, what would you say, Imoko, right now? If you two, for hypothetically with the guys right now, what type of mandate and what would you implement if you guys were the guys sitting on the chair right now?
Hey, تفضل يا ابو.
I said, if you guys were sitting on the chair, you're
I
big on my brother.
واقف
I'm just saying. Alaikum salam. I'm just. Alaikum salam. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say, Maka, right now, if you guys were the kursi or you were sitting in the kursi, what would be your first mandate, your first protocol? What do you think this new guy or whoever this person is going to be?
He definitely needs to build the army. He needs to continue building the army. Wallahi, you cannot neglect as a country your army. Your army is your bread and butter in a country in terms of defending your border, in terms of defending your sovereignty. If you neglect your army and you don't pay their salary and you don't actually show some sort of appreciation, there's no army. No one's going to protect Somalia. Kenya is going to come from Getaway. Sorry, I beg your pardon, from Getaway. Ethiopia is going to come from there. Everyone's going to come and attack us. So we need to build our army. That's the first priority the president needs to understand. That army cannot be neglected.
Hold Morian away from the army. That's the first thing.
If you are Somalia Somali that's it. You have to remove that mentality. It can't work like that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Ahmed, welcome to the panel, my brother. Give us your thoughts.
Come on.
والله I don't know man السياسة waxaa ugu dambaysa Khalid inuu ka hadlo
no do you know what it is because I saw like the candidates coming out Ahmed, and I said, you know what, we got 2 months, let's get every Wednesday, let's get ready, let's be ahead of the game and let's see what's going on. Because the next what I wanted to do Ahmed as well, I wanted to bring out all the candidates looking at them, but who's got a video? I keep telling people I need to find. But Ahmed, go ahead, my bro.
may waxay ku soo yiraahdaa Ra'iisul Wasaare Roble iyo Farmaajo xogaa siira khilaafsan bay ku soo yiraahdaa hadda doorashada in wax badan kama harin.
What did you think about the Maouz thing today?
Maouz waa iska dacaayad ma garata. A lot of Farmaajo supporters, I know they're called Nawad and Nolol supporters, and they are, but a lot of the Nawad and Nolol supporters, I wouldn't say a lot, okay, I'll say a significant portion of them are biased magarata. They always take the side of Farmajo, and in a sense they're kind of magarata, because they think there's a little bit of tension between him and Farmajo, and they're saying told you so, ha ha amal way magarata. Obviously, if you ask me, should he have done it, I'm one of those people who doesn't respect Kenyans magarata, and so I would have said hell no magarata. But that's beside the point, because at the end of the day, this is politics magarata, and I think the guys and the people who are attacking him kind of have an ulterior motive in order to kind of prove him wrong. And in a sense, so when Robert goes to Kenya, doomed if he does and doomed if he don't magarata. Oh, red carpet law again, when the lady from Kenya came to Hammer, red carpet balodiga asaga law again. You know, all these diets that are going on are just a nuisance.
It's just a waste of time, and it's just to actually change the matter of the game. Because at the end of the day, do you believe that Somalia is winning right now?
We're not winning for one simple reason. We're not winning because until the elections are done, and until we know for certain that the court case is not going to be retracted,
that's a big matter of dispute right now. Yes,
we don't know any of that yet, so we're in limbo magarata. And so I get some of the supporters of Farmajo magarata when they say this might create an issue for us, whereby Kenya might find a way to kind of bring it back from the court magarata by saying that we discuss certain things. I get that, but then I don't think Robert is stupid magarata. He won't discuss those things. He seems like a competent guy magarata. And so, but with regards to winning, we're not winning, but neither are Kenya. You have to remember, Kenya is so desperate to meet with Somalia right now because Uhuru himself, first of all, has an election coming up. And one of the things he has to run his elections with is that he has brought back the trade magarata. Because if he doesn't, mark my words, there's going to be a lot of upset Kenyans. They will be upset whether he brings it back.
They're already upset. They went to
if he doesn't bring it back, he can't go into the elections. He will go in as a failure.
They're big upset. The jad industry in Kenya, they're dying currently. They're dying. And he made a big promise to them to bring back jad. So he has to fulfill that promise in order for him to get re-elected.
Yes, but what will it look like?
If not, Raila Odinga will be president. Watch.
Yes, but what will it look like, right? If Uhuru goes into the election without even being able to restore the card trade, and his rivals will point out, look, all of the card trade was predominantly from Kenya and Somalia, and Ethiopia has took over our magarata.
Have you read what's coming out? Have you read what's recently been come out now? Have you read that they are slowly negotiating a trade agreement with Kenya? So there will be something coming from them, but we're going to be giving them something in exchange. The same thing we have done with Ethiopia.
There is one thing that I think that shouldn't have happened at this moment in time, and I'm on the Farmajo side for this, funnily enough. The thing is, since Uhuru's elections are coming soon, and since we are in the middle of elections, I would think, and I know Robel has the authority magarata to do it, but I would think it's better to punish him and not open the ghat up. At the end of the day, you have to remember this. Kenya has done everything.
I don't think they will open it. Have you not?
I know, but if we do, I think Uhuru has got one over us. But one more point. Kenya has done everything within its power, magarata, to punish Somalia. They have closed the passenger magarata flights between Somalia and Kenya, even though they know thousands upon thousands of Somalis use it every month magarata. Some use it for education, some use it for business, some go there for health. The diaspora, when they come to Kenya and they do their business there, they also come from Kenya directly to, and they have punished people in that way. They have they've used military power magarata in a sense to put pressure on the government. They've supported magarata guys on the border to attack the country. They've literally done everything within their power, soft power and hard power magarata, to punish Somalia. And after all the punishment, the country that has lost more out of the two countries was us. Because you have to remember, a lot of our business people and a lot of people from the diaspora need to travel between the two countries magarata. and that just creates.
Willie, that can dilen. Balaayada ku yaalo.
Yes. And to top it up, of course, that's Somali hay xasuuqeen.
dadkan shacabkeena oo Soomaaliya naga dileen balaayada ku yaalo. Oo nin
Yes,
Soomaali
and they've destroyed
oo
Hormuz.
Jubaland oo madaxweyne isku sheegayo oo la iibstay oo la xukumo.
Yeah, but that's let's not get too deep into that. But to summarize my point, after Kenya does all of that, we, in a sense, right, are losing more than Kenya in a sense because we have been used to this for the last 30 years to rely on this Magarata, on this country whereby we do business there, we educate. The diaspora goes back Magarata. And we kind of see it as a second home. But then, just a second. But then what Kenya didn't realize is, after all of that punishment was inflicted on us, they thought that we would come back Magarata, crying. But Kenya has calculated it now. Actually, Somali has found alternative routes to get caught. Somalis might use Addis Ababa to come to Hamar, and a lot of them who used to come to Nairobi will come directly from Istanbul. And we are losing billions of dollars in terms of caught that they would have bought from us.
3 times a day used to go from Nairobi to Somalia.
Yes, and so then the question becomes, well, Kenya is the bigger loser because the Somalis have adapted quite quick, although they've been reliant on this country for the last 30 years. And within 2 years, they've become very, very competent. And these days, you hear a lot of people from Hamar and Somalia.
Ahmed, don't you not think this hurts them? Look, I'm not gonna dispute. I think Hassan started it, and then Farmajo finished it. The border, what's it called? Hawada, Bada, Halaga Malmul Jiri, Nairobi. They brought it back to Hamar. So you have to bear in mind, every United Nations head office, every huge embassy, everything that was governed and was for Somalia was in Nairobi. So Nairobi was making huge money out of us, huge billions in terms of corrupted money and in terms of legitimate money. And therefore, the GDP used to go always up. On top of that, Somalis are living in Kenya and they built Kenya. Just not to mention Isli. Look at the other regions. So at the same time, they don't want to lose the control they have over us. You understand? It feels very hard for them.
Yes, but if I can come in, brother, the simple thing is, Magarata, if Somalia continues on the route it is now, how fast or how slow it will continue, Magarata, or whether we will stall or whether we will go back, I don't know. I hope not. But if it continues on this route, everything that we do hurts Kenya financially. The thing is, we don't need to do it with the intention of hurting Kenya, but the problem is Kenya naturally becomes hurt. I'll give you an example. When Somalis decide to take back their air traffic control, they're not deciding to hurt Kenya. They could be our greatest brothers. We might love them the most in the world, but that's us taking Magarata ownership, and then that hurts Kenya financially. When Somalia gets more money from the IMF and that hurts Kenya, because the world is directly dealing with Somalia and they are going to recognize and respect the Somali International Bank more. When Somalia trains its troops, that hurts Kenya because Somalia will be able to secure its borders. When Somalia has a better relationship with Turkey and people start investing in Istanbul more and the flights between Istanbul and Somalia become more direct, that hurts Kenya. When Somalia trades more with Ethiopia and the hostilities which were so-called there stop, that hurts Kenya. But the thing is, we don't have to do any of that with the intention of hurting Kenya. The sad truth for Kenya is, if Somalia fixes itself up, every time we gain something, they lose something, because they have been, in a sense, responsible for us for the last 30 years, Magarata. They even built the 2000 government in Magarata, in Kenya. And so that's where Kenya, I think that's where it comes from when Kenya says, let's get this this maritime dispute done and dusted, for God's sake, because the longer we continue, the more competent Somalia's government will become, the more Magarata resilient they'll become and independent of us, and the less likelihood that we will even get anything Magarata. And so in a sense, Magarata. and they don't care if they get 40% and we get 60 or even 30% because they know it's not theirs. Magarata.
Hence why they called Qatar.
That's why who's winning? Who's winning? Kenya is winning. Somalia is losing. We're selling the God to our
We
own
don't need
people.
God from them. We don't need God
We're
from them.
disabling our people. We opened the trade already. We already opened the trade. Why did we open the trade? For something bad to happen to our own people.
So what we get
You
now,
know what I'm saying?
are we now getting from Ethiopia? Are we getting now from Ethiopia and Kenya again?
Who cares? Who cares where we're getting it from? Those are the addicts people who are looking for it. Bro, it's not accessible anymore. When we locked Kenya, it wasn't accessible. Most people gave it up because they were used to eating Kenyan stuff.
Anyway, I'll be back in 10 minutes maximum.
Okay. Yeah, of course we are losing when we get caught from any place, Magarata, because at the end of the day, Magarata, it's a useless substance, Magarata. In fact, it's not useless. It's a harmful substance, Magarata. It makes people lazy. They don't want to work. Guys who have children don't spend their money on educating their kids and their health. They prioritize their cat. How we فساد by Kenta, because it's a drug, it leads on to other drugs, Magarata. It will lead to more parties and more fisq, Magarata. And so there's no benefit. There's no benefit in taking qat, Magarata. There's absolutely no benefit in taking qat. And if it was up to me, I wouldn't take qat from Kenya or Ethiopia. But then you have to remember, the qat industry in Somalia is kind of similar to the gun guys in America, the ones who lobby for weapons, Magarata. And they lobby every president, and every president is kind of scared of touching the Magarata because they've got billions and billions and trillions of dollars to invest in harming their chances of getting re-elected. And I think that's why Farmajo himself isn't even brave enough to not even get qat from Ethiopia. And any president who's standing right now will not be able to stop qat completely because at the end of the day, they're politicians and they want to get elected, and they know these guys have got a lot of money and a lot of lobbying rights, Magarata. And so they're compromising.
Ahmed, don't you think this drug, yeah, on that note, yeah, this drug is causing chaos, madness? Don't kill them. I've been to Somalia. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I go there, I chew. I'm gonna put my hands up. Whatever. I don't really give a shit what no one says, in it. Yeah, it is what it is. The whole Miguel is zombied off. And when I came back to England, alhamdulillah, I ain't touched it. You know them ones. But when you're there, it is a wicked, nasty addiction. You give me even Daliera though. You know, even the ones that started chewing, everyone Khamista, you know the ones that chew once a week, we call them Khamista. Like Thursday kids, you know that you get on.
Khalido ad banu garanaya Magarata. Ad banu garanaya nu bana. English kan degana 2014 waan ogaa dalka markaa
2014
niman khiyaano aad xitaa waxaad arkaysaa very waxa weeye educated hard workers. They're actually doing something with their life. And then jilibkay laabayaan maalinka jamcaha marka la gaaro Magarata. Firaashka la soo saaray.
Sorry, we got a panelist. One second, let me do the security thing. So, salam alaikum. Engineer Mohammed. Hello.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Salam alaikum wa Hello.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Hello, mana maqlasa?
Si wanaagsan.
Way,
Si wanaagsan.
Hey, engineer. Magac culus baa la saagashay. Engineero.
So do.
Hello, engineer. Ahmed, doonaysa inta nagu soo darsamteed seeing as you're the new panelist.
Aan idinla socda cabaar kadib baan idin kordhin doonaa wixii insha Allah.
Maya Khalido waxaan lahaa waan la socdaa nin weyn baan ma garatay Ingiriiska 2014 intii aan la baan garayn dalka markaan aadna khiyaar had arkaysa oo shaqaysto qaarixaad leeyihiin caruur leh aadan bilood ka dareemin maalinka jamcaha marka la gaaray jilibka laabayaan waxa la soo saaray firaashka shaaha iyo la dalkeeni ismaanka
mainly the older generation that are chewing more than the youngsters. If you
you'll be surprised.
For those of you who didn't go back to Somalia recently, you will find youngsters are not interested. They're more into social media, doing different things. They like to catch up. They like to go to stadiums with
you'll be surprised.
football.
You'll be surprised. I don't know about Garowe or Bosaso, wherever you're from. Yeah, Garowe or Bosaso, man. But it's not really like that. Ahmed, go ahead, Wallah.
maya waa isku wada midniya hogeyga Soomaaliyeed ilaahay oo maad jigjiga joogtid maad gaarisa joogtid maad boosaaso joogtid maad hargeysa joogtid maad boorma joogtid dhibaatada jirtaa waxay tahay nimanka akhyaarta laftooda xitaa hal habeen haday noqoto usbuuci jilibka laawayan bahalka bay la soo bixi waa la sheekayn Soomaalian garan cilada jirta marka waxa uu Khalid wuxuu yiri dalka marka sometimes we are guilty of chewing ourselves but the thing is this when you go for a holiday and you want to let your hair down magarata and you want to relax if something is accessible then I'm not too bothered about somebody chewing then my problem is with this my problem is when this thing is accessible all year around for people who live in a certain place and they are addicted to it and everybody uses it and people use it to work to get them through work and some people use it to deal with their mental health issues magarata and politicians use it to magarata to chit chat how we then the whole society becomes corrupt magarata and so this is the issue magarata and if somebody politician comes and says he's going to ban it I feel like these guys who are the car traders who are very rich by the way they are some of the richest business people in Somalia or any Somali place they will lobby against you and you will probably not win and that's why Musa Bihi wouldn't dare to do it that's why Ismail Umar Gela wouldn't dare to do it although they probably don't want to do it because they want to keep people on drugs so they can get re-elected again.
We know this
yeah keep them going why not
they want to keep people useless they don't want people to become productive and to say well where are our taxes going and what's going on حسابتك بابلاون موقت ninka raga markuu qaad iska daayo oo ilka hagaajisto wuxuu leeyahay waxaan shorta xageeda horta because before he didn't notice it he just walks out of his house he goes to the marfish doorka qoraxdu ka galaya hoos ku fadhiisan sababta ayada haweena ma karanta magaalada wax ka socda lama socdo meesha biyaha la gelinayo ma ogo karotada meesha ka jirta ma ogo caafimaadka
niman inaaga ku heshiinay waa ka chat captain niman inaaga ku heshiinay waa ka Soomaali marka tagay chatka laftarkiisa naag way galaysaa ninkii uu cunaa marna ninkii waa galay naagta uu cunaa waa caadi waa lagu heshiiyaa waxa dhan waa la isla sameeynaya meeshan aniga chatka I'm telling you it's something we can control look wadankan xataa
then again aqli xumo ma kula haynda walalo
they used to pick up cigarettes they used to pick up cigarettes now look at it everywhere you go cigarettes can't be advertised cigarettes can't be do this
my another sigaarka waa baxad baakad ajeebka ku wadatid weeye waa daaranaysaa
no waxyaalaha minimize chatko kale in lagu gal maaha plain outside in lagu cuno maaha ban it
I say once a week what about once a week hada magaalada la
keeno
no but when you say when people in the UK say for example and in the civilized countries now you cannot smoke indoors magarata no smoking signs that's fine but the thing is qat is not like that qat people find spots to chew they don't usually come to chew qat magarata
anybody who wants to eat it go eat it somewhere else man go hide isqari lumo magaalada lagu arkin it's a ban to walk on the street with child it's banned to sell it but you can sell it fine
how do you mean ban to sell it that doesn't make sense though والله waxa soo aqoon wala iibin karaysa waqadi karaysa mana iibin karaysa
you're minimizing the damage it won't hit everybody it will hit certain people you're minimizing the damage up to you have to start somewhere I can't ban it right out of course
يا بد هل سؤالك ودي orta مسد انجاز وموضوع الصوماليين بحكم مسد انت بس
yeah of course we're not even thinking straight we're letting people come into our country do what we want them to do whatever some men are selling the country
if I had the opportunity in Somalia to understand I would ban Jad. Ban has done a lot of shit in Somalia honest to God
you cannot ban it right now
guriga laga soo guriga cidaada xaastaada afurto because of Jad ilmahaada ogta ilaalo weys because of Jad has caused a lot of shit in Somali community let's be honest with each other
but then again it provides a lot of fucking money keeps a lot of bills on
so does cocaine
not for the whole nation only for certain people yeah
my value dadkaas qaadka ka ganacsado they can get money from somewhere else if people stop chewing God, those God traders can sell other stuff. And I know it's not as addictive. Sorry for them, but I'm sorry. People's health comes before your money, Magrata.
I
You know what I
totally
mean?
agree with you.
Because at the end of the day, it does more damage than the positives. You have to, in your personal life, you always calculate the pros and the cons and the negative and the positive and the losses and the profits. Why would you not do it with the society? It's destroying the society.
The same people who are selling it can sell fake teeth now because all the people who lost teeth can buy teeth now. So I'm saying, if they keep up selling cats, there's always a trade for them.
Guys,
you can be something.
انجينير كان بنانو انجينيرو احنا شيء ما تو احنا قد صادر صومو غير بنا دغيسنا سي هلو انجينير
انجينير صوت دواو
الانجينير كان ام سمون لا يابنا هنوغو anyway let's carry on
وانجينير بوك
محمود لسه انا مشغول سي محمود لسه
I don't know man I love that some engineer والله there amounts of called engineer in my area
engineer بروفيسور والمغرب مين ورقي
Somali was far I'm okay engineer professor also بحياة
ورا speaking of doorasho naagta maanta Puntland ma aragta baarlamaanka Puntland ka hor akhrin weeyda warqadda miskiinta ma aragta waxba lama socotid
no sheeg asuu something
islaan yaro miskiina baa intii la keenay baarlamaanka Puntland hortiisa baa waxa lagu yiri stage-ka ku staag ninkaad la tartamaysa waxaad tiraahdaa waan ka tanaasula I forfeit ma garata maskiinta warqadii bay akhrin weyda Somalian garan warqadii hortaalay bay akhrin weyda and then to make it worse aqliga ilaahta wuxuu siin waaya at least warqadaan haddaan akhrin waayo aan iska daayo waan ku caawoway let me just make something up she didn't make something up she continued reading it until the end and basically all she was trying to say was waan ka tanaasula tartanka I don't understand why she has to do it.
Ahmed, حزبان ميادة.
Maya waxay u tartamaysaa aqalka sare oo Soomaaliya because the elections have started and so she was
senatoriyaasha aan la soo doortay aqalka sare waa la sameeyaa aqalka
senator buu tartamaysaa for Puntland
maybe she has a private memo maybe she got a private memo
قعنتان وتاغني كان داني لدو والله العظيم this guy once even he said I heard he wants to control aqalka hoose صار واحد بارها one by one كانستو iskada imaanka iskada ogaaska asaar one by one he wants to elect them
waa isku wada midniyo dani waxaad ka rabtid baan garan laa waa isku wada mid
even Madov was to do the same thing yes
not Madov all of them are the same Galmudug Koonfur Galbeed
right now all the politicians we have they're all alike wallahi no one is better than the other one
man
it's true
profits bay wada keensanayaan lacag bay kala qaadanayaan naagtaas maskiinta camal baa lacaabeen is just a disaster what disaster
and that's the forfeit waxa dheesa markaas waxa gacanteeda waxa u dhibay ninka kale what the hell is that that's bullying that's just bullying bro
ما bullying ما هذا
دلا ata walu yibsan lacag alu siiyay $500 alu siiyay
ما waxba lagu ma basiinayniyo
أعوذ بالله
هذا corruption wuxuu gaaray waa lagu soo kaxayn adigoo gurigaada hortiisa iska dhaqanaya lagu soo kaxayn soo baxda lagu leeyahay warxgeedii wadiid waxaad senator baad u tartamaysaa baa lagu dhihi warniyo senator ma rabay soo bax $10 baa jeebka lagu gelin waxaa lagu dhihi meesha istaag maalinka doorashada marka la gaaro waxaad leedahay waan tanaasula
عيب بدنا
ما والله saasay gaartay hadda
Allah, so Miskinata, I need to find that video. If anyone's got a link, no sort of idea, bro.
Just put it in YouTube. Just put
I saw a picture of it. Government knocked me out.
waxaa weeye islaan yaroo cad oo kiyaala qabto xijaab xiran oo
waa arkaa sawirkeeda oo Facebook ku arka oo la fafaano
Khaalido waxaad ku qortaa YouTube upper house elections in Puntland Parliament.
Okay. Let me.
Wait,
oo haddaad xasuusta groupkii oo liiska usoo geliyay iyada waa magaceeda ku jiro Zaynab ya Zaynab magaceeda maarada Zaynab
magaceeda ma aqaan maanta igu horeysay aniga I just saw it on the internet. I was surprised. I was very surprised.
war maskiinta waa la ceebay ilaahay dadka ceebeeya
Gmail is telling me please don't embarrass her.
How تفافينس عبت اسكو شغله
ما عيبتها الفافان
ما يدوب انا بعرف
عيبتها القريه عيبتها الفافان عيبتها الفافافين على القريه
بس فرح كغد مسكين فرح كغد
Gmail asked us properly
No, anyone who's interested can privately search for it and watch it himself.
Go, yeah, whoever wants to do it, go private.
ما يعني هذا إنا قبض أصعبه مرة من وحنا كول له كلية it's just a joke corruption.
ما corruption حواك family بس ماسو Somali is not the worst master country in the world. I've never seen my entire life I never played that. أعوذ بالله.
Some people are saying she couldn't read it. فرتك وقرنتها وآخره والسؤال يعني.
أنا قد أحمد.
No, but it shows me. Look, you see this year, governance in East Africa is a fucking hot mess. I think WM said it in the beginning. It's a hot mess, man. Man. These people, man. And what is the hope then?
Embarrassment up to 30 years for fuck's sake, man. Up to small countries have already developed. What the fuck is wrong with us?
Because you're here, we're all here, we're opening our own things, we're doing our life here, we're not going back there, we're not investing in the country, we're not caring about what we're supposed to be doing. After 30 years, we're left with nomads.
Maya, I disagree.
Big time investing.
Greedy
Guys,
people.
one at a time.
Greedy people what the for those 30 years, then I can't see. All I saw was greedy people, uneducated fools, only in it for their mouth. And that was it. Bro, those people who want to do change, they come on the panels and they talk, yes. But bro, when have you invested in going back to the country, investing in the country, building the country, teaching them or showing them something different, showing them how to live a peaceful life, showing them anything useful? When was the last time you actually thought about it? And instead, we're all here, we're driving a BMW, we got the latest watch, Unugeg Square in the Jordan, we don't give a shit about the rest.
You saying, right, that people from here are not helping. The first problem I have with that is, I'll come to the second point. Actually, the people from here are making it worse. They are going there to be greedy and to be corrupt. Magarata. Hilbay karatsanayan, lacag bay u aruurinayaan, qabiilada isku laayaan, fawday samaynayaan. They only care about their personal interest. So there is some bad apples from here who are connecting with the bad apples from there, and they're fucking shit up together. And to be fair to the younger generation, it's the bad apples who are old, who left the country while they were old, who destroyed it, connecting back and then fucking shit up again. But to come back to the investment part, Somalis invest in the country billions and billions of dollars. هلا ضمانت حوالي ذهب شيل تاج ملو بقات. When you calculate the amount of money that is sent to Hargeisa, to Bosaso, to Mogadishu, to Garowe, every single year, waxay noqonaysaa billions. Salaamo masaakiin ha guriga ka dhisanayo, dhulal bay ka gataan, people build wells there, people open businesses there, people invest ridiculous amounts of money. But you know what the problem is? People are not creating proper governance there for people to come back and stay. So if you speak to most of the people in the diaspora, they all have houses back home. They all have houses back home.
They're making money. You still have not told me one person. You still have not told me one person who's actually Fa'idania. You're talking about people who are taken away from the country. You're talking about people who are in the West making money from Somalia while they're here. You're not telling me about people who are actually sending things and investing in the country, building something.
You have to be fair.
Nothing.
Okay, sometimes you have to be fair. dadka inta joogo oo lacagtas ka aruurinaya maamooyin masaakiin oo 6-7 caruur ah la weeye. It is not their job. Maya, Firi, it's not their job to provide proper healthcare facilities and schools and infrastructure and water supply, electricity supply. It's the people oo dadka magacooda ku fadhiya Senate seatska iyo baarlamaanka weeye oo intaasoo billions or millions of dollars launder gareynayo oo using it to elect people and to do corruption ma garata. To come back about the point, people don't do things back home. I know of plenty of people, Magarata, and I know many Somalis are like this. They have WhatsApp groups, they support their people back home. They do things in villages, they build water wells, masajidya, Magarata. You have to be positive and negative. waxyaabo fara badan aan anigu ku arkay dibadda baa jiro oo aad iyo aad u wanaagsan ay Soomaalida sameeyaan. But unfortunately, like with most of the things in our country and in our society, even diaspora, the bad for some reason always overtakes the good magarata. WhatsApp groups baa jiro Soomaalida aad bay iskugu fiican yihiin ehelka lacag baa loo diraa magarata. At least the elder generation always used to support their immediate family magarata. With sending them monthly money every month, even though I don't agree with that because I believe in teaching someone how to fish. But I believe a lot of the blame has to be taken by corrupt people who are not creating that extra bit of confidence. If you want people from the diaspora to move back home, then you have to give them a little bit more confidence, Magrata. That's what I believe. In general.
A little bit more confidence. So, one Bambakar Hine in Mogadishu and you're all scared. You're never coming back for the next 20 years again.
Yes, of course, Mogadishu is exceptional circumstances, but most cities in the country are extremely peaceful compared to that Magarata. And people don't have to worry about that. But even then, Mogadishu sees ridiculous amounts of investment. But I think
when are we going to plan for it? When are we going to plan for it? When are we going to get our own communities going here? When are we going to talk about how we can change things over there? How we can build things for ourselves for coming? So it takes Turkey to come over there and build hospitals for you. It takes the American money so we can rob each other and kill each other. It takes this and it takes that. Up to come on, man. We're too busy. Just bro. We're not actually acting on action. We're not doing nothing. I'm telling you the truth. I don't believe Somalia up to unless
we're both telling the truth. You're telling me the bad parts. I'm telling you the good parts. I can also tell you the bad parts. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to be balanced, Magarat. You have to have a balanced approach. You can't just blame the whole society. Sometimes certain people have to take, like Khalid always says, sometimes certain people have to take accountability for it. Magarata, you can't just blame the entire society for the mistakes of certain people. Now, what the society can take blame for, which I will always give them blame for, Magarata, which they are accountable for, is they have to say enough is enough. These people will not represent us. But unfortunately, they are so ignorant and tribalistic that their first thought is to support the person who's more closely related to them. Even people from the same parents. Oh, midkaan skubahana. We happen to be from the same mother and father. This one, I won't support the guy who's just from the same father. The tribalism is that deep in our culture, Magarat. It's ridiculous. And so, for that particular part, the Somalis have to take accountability. But for people making money,
you have to look at it from a different perspective as well. Listen. We went from a very, 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 very deep place. I remember, and I landed in Kenya when the election was happening in Kenya for Somalia. So, you have to be fast, slightly, and at the same time, you have to be tough. Somalia has come a long way. We are still a very corrupted region, and we are still a corrupted nation. شعب الصومالي ولا يفكره أنا حندها وقتها فطور عباءة رنتا فعل. So you can to the extent where they're selling their own oceans. So, but Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we are getting to a place where we can at least move forward.
waxbarasho nin gaajo heesaan lacag arkin nolol arkin ma ka fakari karo horumar ma ka fakari karo army dhis ma ka fakari karo waxaas waa gaajo dishay dadkii lacagtiina waxaan gelinaynaa guryo your businesses and putting uneducated people in there telling them to run it for us and send the money back to the
one second we got a new Abdurrahman Sharif. Hello, new panelist. Do you want to speak up? Unmute your button. Hello. I don't get these guys, man. Hello. Press the mute button. Hello. We're baxing. Carry on, guys. Carry on. Hello. No, not you guys. You guys open up your mute. Not you guys. Not you guys. The other guy.
My new
So I'm just, you know, security check if anyone's baffled what's going on. That's just the security guy.
My new هذا دور نبتين وحافي on the positive note ما قرأت it's not good always to be negative even as an individual, but on the positive note like Khalid says perspective بافي عن ما قرأت Somali ما يلفق بكاية مع الضوء and the world is a funny place ما قرأت things go up and things go down. For the last 30 years while our country was fucked up في عام عن سومري الجنة حتى عاديها عن سومر بعد destroyed ما قرأت Syria, Yemen, Iraq, many countries are destroyed, Libya. And so you have to be put things in perspective and be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala magarata. But of course, the way to improve yourself is to be honest as well. Magarata marka Soomaalida hadda waxa ka khaldan money is not an issue because I believe the amounts of resources this country has, and I'm not talking about oil and gas and uranium. I'm talking about other resources. Magarata. The ocean, the fishing industry, and so on, Magarata, the agricultural potential, all of these resources which this country has, the solar energy. When you think about it, the fundamentals for life are water, electric supply, education, and health. And those things don't require a lot of money in Somalia. The things which require a bit more money are things like infrastructure. But any government, like any country in the world, doesn't have to provide the money for infrastructure straight away. You know what I mean? So if a country gets its act together, it can borrow money from the international community, international banks, billions of dollars, build an amazing infrastructure, and then extract the resources since it then has the infrastructure, and then pay that money back. And they won't even be in debt because that's how rich the country is. So money is not an issue for Somaliland. The problem is leadership, and people are still ignorant. They are still choosing to support the person who's most closely related to them. And pay attention to the words I'm saying. The person who's most closely related to them, not even the one who's related to them, the one who's most, it's always a game for them. So there's 5 guys, they pick the 2 guys who are more close, then they pick the guy who's even more closely related. You know what I mean? And it's never ending because you can keep peeling it. It's not gonna stop.
True that.
Yes, you just keep peeling it. If you want to be tribalist against another tribe, oh Langabat, okay, he's Langab, you're Landera, but then you're Langab amongst the Landera. So
that's true.
It's nonsense, you know. It's ridiculous. Ignorance way, very ignorant people. But I do understand the brother's point there. That's we got JC, but that with when you compare them to us, brother. But you shouldn't compare them to us. We are blessed by Allah to live in a first world country. Compare them to other African countries. I think the Somalis have the resources. Come back in, guys.
On top of that, Alhamdulillah, what I've seen last time is during Eid. I've seen a picture of in Hammer. I've seen only I think there was most of them, 99% was young people, mid-20s, early 30s. Everyone was young. So I think Somalia is a very, very young community that's growing. Alhamdulillah, I think with youngness comes new development, new ideas. And this system of 24 hours, just be proud of your Qabil. And don't let your Qabil make you destroy your own country. Because Ajnabi what the Kamuku desayo, Aduga what the Kamuku desayo. So you have to be very smart. Be very conscious about what you're actually doing. Because at the end of the day, as Brother Ahmed said, we live in a Western country. We are privileged. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. We can go to 2 minutes away from me is a masjid. Another masjid is there. Another masjid is there. We're blessed. لكن walaalaheena oo baxmar meesha u jooga oo Kismaayo jooga oo Berbero jooga oo meel kas ii jooga Soomaaliyeed iska deh are suffering, and I need that to be fixed. So at the end of the day, with all this corruption, yes, people who have suffered and they have seen 500 million one time and one go, maybe they won't be able to hesitate. Like Ilahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ilahi qofan kano or that has good enough iman that actually hesitate and say, I don't want to take this money. Sha'abku Soomaaliyeed u jooga. And I think we.
Hello, Abdi Rashid. You're on the stage. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. You might as well make a debut. What are you being shy for? I don't get these guys. You're on the chat. Look, he's all over the chat. Yo, speak your mind, man. Yo, come on, be a big man. Be a man. Say what you gotta say. Nah, he just come. He wanted to drop us a link in it, yeah. He just wanted to drop us a link,
and then not say anything.
How Rwanda became. I remember basically a video saying how Rwanda became the new Singapore. Why doesn't he explain that? I don't get these guys. It's a video that
it could be. Yeah, it could be because the leader of Rwanda is very, very educated person. Wallahi, he's a very educated person. Or what the could be possible.
And one but new nimankan aan xilliyaha lagu dhegan waan yaabanahay. Shook one. What's going on? Like man's voices are calling.
We had someone, Ahmed. What do you think about this? Yeah, we had on a private note. We had someone earlier claiming that Hammer are the real people of Mogadishu.
You know, when you discuss a topic like this, the thing that happens is Somalis become tribalistic. It becomes like football teams, and then everybody will support his tribe.
So
it's like I mean, what's the point of it, Magarata? Because at the end of the day,
yeah, but there's a certain group here, though. There's a certain
but
group.
Then the question, Ahmed, the question was, we're having a normal civilized conversation, yeah. And a Hammer person claimed that he owns Hammer, and then a Bantu person claimed that he said he used to live there centuries. So I just want to know certain other people's aspect of it. That's all.
Basically, what happened was, I got added to a WhatsApp group in it. I call it the BB, the Benadir Bantu group. And this group is run by, Kula. I think, have you ever met the Barwani brother Kula? I think you know him, Ahmed, on the panel.
I think I've seen a guy on the panel, yes, who's a bit of a supremacist.
So basically, he shook. Wait, basically, so we were going back and forth. I went into their group. I was just chatting. I just got assaulted. I got called. It was like a field day. You know that term, la mogodle. I tried to explain to him, bro. I'm born in Herkes. I don't know what the fuck you lot are talking about. Willie game money, so it kicked off between me and them in it personally. I said, you know what? Okay, I'm outnumbered. And Somali speakers doesn't like to be outnumbered. I said, okay, let me pull some of you lot in our group, in our WhatsApp group, innit, yeah? The Ahmed, all hell kicked off. We couldn't believe some of the statements we were hearing. So, I was baffed in it. So there's this group, and literally they've come together. Basically, Ahmed, they've come together. They've come together, Ahmed. Basically, their whole premise of a group and where they come together, it's anti-us. I got found out like they group us all into one. So I was like, I tried to do the Somaliland one. They're like, no. If everyone fights us, we know what side you're going to be on. So isn't it? Yeah. And I'm trying to explain to them, Ahmed, geographically, I've never seen you people. I've seen one or two of you inside Gesa, which is a coolie. Or the So I'm baffed. I'm thinking, this is alien to me. So imagine this, brother.
You have to remember, Khalid, that the majority of because Somalis live in such a big area of land, and they are concentrated in the south. The majority of ethnic Somalis wouldn't have interacted with these people anyway, regardless of what side they are, whether they are Habar or Lubante or Sengeri. So I totally get your point, but then to come back to this point about who owns Hammer is a little bit like Jerusalem, Magarata, in the sense that
everyone's claiming it.
No, a lot of people claim it, not everybody. And now, the majority of ethnic Somalis don't claim it. Magarata, Hawiyas claim it. I most certainly don't claim it. I have no chance of claiming it after I got kicked out in 1991. But
Team Marahan, I'm with you as well.
Ahmed, would you the problem is that Hammer was made the capital. Everyone can say I'm from the capital. Yeah?
Ahmed, let him finish. Let him land. And then
I got kicked out in 1991. So if I didn't get kicked out, maybe 30 years down the line, I would have been claiming it too, Magarata. But to be honest with you, The thing is this, Magarata. If I have to choose, I'll start with the Bantus and the Banadiri. If I have to choose between a Adad and a Bantu, I'm sorry, I'm choosing the Bantu, Magarata. Because this is Africa, this is the motherland. If you want to start being racist and supremacist, then fuck off, Magarata. I'm choosing the black.
Yeah,
okay.
but some of the rhetoric coming out of their mouth is like, okay, it's like, you guys,
I know. I'm gonna
Shangani
get
is the
to that
oldest.
point. I'm gonna get to that
Shangani is the
point.
oldest district. You lot come here. What had their measure?
I'll get to that point.
Okay.
Now, just because I choose the Bantu over the Adad doesn't mean that it belongs to the Bantu, Makarat. It most certainly doesn't. If you want to talk about the people who really started the city off, although I haven't done enough research, but from the little research I've done, when they talk about Shingani and Hamar Jajab and Hamar Waini and so on, in a sense, they're right, Magarata. But what you have to remember is, this is the Somali Peninsula, and Somalis travel, and we are nomads, and we travel where we will. And so all of that place belongs to us. They settled, they made a settlement on land which belongs to us. We don't care where they stretched on the coast. We're not like the other African nations like Tanzania and Kenya and so on, where they influenced them to the extent that they changed their language. The bloody Swahili is 70% the components are Arabic language. And there's a big admixture if you go to Mombasa and Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar between the two. The ethnic Somalis didn't mix with the Bantus and with the Banadiris. And so we're not like that, Magarata. And so this is the Somali Peninsula, and I'm afraid to say north, south, north, south, and west of Banadir. Somali, even if it was to say that Banadir was yours. The only reason we're not on the west of you is the only reason we're not on the east of you is because the east of you is the Indian Ocean. And so it doesn't matter where you settled or where your grandfather got off the ship or where he created a drinking well, Magarat. This is the Somali Peninsula, and it will always be like that, Magarata. Even if the colonials come and change the borders and create countries, it doesn't mean that Somalis will move from NFD, Magarata, up to South Somalia. They will still stay in NFD. And so this is what the Bantus and the Banadiris have to understand and accept. And when it comes to hostility, they're not very hostile people by nature, Magarata. Somalida kaadalak. And so I don't know.
I'm baffled with all this عيال اللي كعنيو that can كعنيو. I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, Ahmed and you guys, like I'm saying, I say again, I don't have a Scooby-Doo or what is going on in the South. I wouldn't have a clue. You know, you get where I'm coming from, my brother, yeah? And I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, where's this animosity coming from? Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm thinking to myself.
To be fair, I don't have much of a clue what's going on in Banadir too, Magarata. I think the Hawiya brothers will probably know more than me. I don't know what kind of tensions there are between the Hawiya brothers and the Banadir.
We offered them out today. We told them, look, yeah, we're doing a live already. Yeah. Instead of doing a live stream, we gave them the link. We offered them, you know what the station is. If they're listening, if he's on a back chat, please come as men. And speak to us about this uqdad and aburs. And I'm thinking to myself, it's on Facebook, it's on we're minority. I'm like, bro, I'm thinking to myself, as a person, like again, as a northern, I'm confused. I'm thinking, where's this hatred? That can I lie? I'm like, bro, but what's this Lamagodle? Still, I don't have that animosity towards Ahmed or you know the ones with us is a little territory, Dolet government, but we're still Mudbanihi.
It's just politics with you. It's like I'm gonna have my independence. I know
it's not this. And I'm thinking to myself, this that you're trying to fester in these little kids in it, yeah. Like at the end of the day, whether you go back home and if you're saying you're from the Somali Peninsula, like Ahmed said, left, right, center, up north, up south, up all around you. I hate to say it, Lamagodlas will run it. And it was the whole issue, you know, with the guy yesterday coming in, or this whole attitude of you see? I think oh, sorry, he's trying to say Lamagodle. I know, I'm sorry. I'm baffed. I'm really the one that I up to. I thought what they're talking about.
The guy was advocating for war. You know, the guy was advocating for war. Kula Hamar is going to kick out everyone. But we're going to stop there. Maga said we're going to be Banadir rule. Binadir
It's not even that.
kingdom.
Waxaa la saaki haystay walaalo
We're gonna
Ahmed.
invade
Yapa.
Yemen. He said we're gonna invade Yemen.
Waxaa la saaki haysanaya Bantu walba, cid walba kaale. This is. I'm like, are you lot doing victimized grouping? Because
The
all
funny
you're
thing
talking about
is,
is
the
you're
most
just talking
racist
about us.
people to the Bantus are the fucking Banadiris. Are the Adads. They are racist to them. They enslaved them starting from Mogadishu all the way down to Zanzibar. And they are proud of it and they say it's part of their history. And you want to bring Bantus against some other ethnic Africans is just gobsmacking. And not to make the matters worse, the Bantus are not even the same ethnic group, half of them.
Oh,
Magarata. We just call them Bantu by name because we don't bother
But
to
the man
distinguish
was
between them.
promising.
Yeah, the guy
was
the other
promising
brother.
today. He was promising they're gonna take the country back.
yaa dagaal Soomaali dhul ooga qaadan karo wuxuu arkay waxaan diyaaradaha Kenya ay international community
Wadanka idinka saarayna waa idin dilaynaa annaga ceshanayna wax walba
iyo reer xamar iyo Bantu iyo wax ka qaadi karaan hadda haddii Soomaalida Kenya maalin walba soo laga macaabado waxaan aaminsanahay hal qabiil haddii loo daayiyo Kukuyada ethnic groupka Kukuyada Soomaalida ka adag haddii aysan international community soo kala dhexgelin oo aan la dhihin okay truce time oo weapons licensing dadkan waxa weeye waa dad cawaana oo aan dagaalka aqoon weeyo geesiyaal aan ma garata oo waxa weeye they are not fighters ma garata by nature.
And even these I'm saying to myself here, the other ones, I'm saying, brother, all you do, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anyone. In Hargeisa, all I used to see is Duwarle, you know, Taylor. I don't know what you guys call Taylors, isn't it? Duwarle. And Kofsan Busi Ibn Shiri. Sorry, I hate to say this to other brothers, sisters, the Bantu lot, migrant workers. Just you know, labor. That's about it. That's all you are in Wukoiga. And there's only 5-6 of them, 10 of them. I'm thinking to myself, are you teaching your kids this hatred? Like this, these people took up. What lands did you own? Like really,
I asked the guy the question. I said to him, if you were so powerful, how come your power did not remain? And he couldn't answer that question. He said a good question, and unfortunately he waffled. I don't understand the waffling. But I asked him that question. Why did your power not remain if you're powerful, if you took everything, if you were actually the creator? The guy claimed he was the creator of Hamar. He's the descendant of the people who originated from Hamar. And their descendants are somehow Yemenis.
That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Just even if we look at each other face to face, our guys look different. You really look different. The majority of the people that live in the land, up and down north here, you know, ethnic Somalis, no matter where you are, wherever, we all look the same. Like right now, you couldn't even tell I'm Isaac. I don't have to get
Well, we know how many times I
you could tell who I am. I don't have to get
Of course you can't tell her. لهجتها lagu kartaa. But even then, the lahjada, it's so diverse that some Isaac live in Somali, but I might confuse you with Ogaden. Or the Habar Yunus who live next to the Bulbanta Magarata, I might confuse them with Bulbanta. So even then, you can't tell the tribe Magarata. It's difficult. So,
like you we know Somali.
But Somali, of course, these are guys. But then, these guys are not claiming to be ethnic Somalis. I don't know where the supremacist ideas of this comes from. I respect that.
Yes.
And anybody who will عدالة هالهركان of كدلمية أدي ودنتين مقدو هالسي or do something of that nature for any Somali who that happened to Magarata. I'm a strong supporter of that, and I think it should happen, even if it happens 100 years from now. But this idea, Magarata, of some sort of a revolution going to happen, I'm sorry, you're quite delusional. Nothing is going to change. Magarata, look at Somali, but they can. It doesn't change anything. The people on that land will remain to be Somalis, and they are not moving anywhere. And if you live with them, then you shall be neighbors till the end of time. But they are not going anywhere, and nor are you.
We just have to get a game right. That's all, man.
Yes, it's simple as that. But obviously, I'm one of those people who believes in Magarata. Muslim and it just so happens that the Banadiri speak Somali now, and the Bantus who live in the south speak Somali. And so at the end of the day, same language, same religion, same culture. I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to get along. It's ignorance. But I see why they formed these groups. I won't be surprised because the Somalis do it amongst themselves. So I'm not surprised if
with me, look, do your thing. Look, I'm Ahmed. Do your thing. If you guys want to come up here and say, okay, we're a movement, well, I support you. I will support any Somali brother and sister, no matter what side of the flags. You know, these imaginary colonials and borderlines, Ahmed. I will support my brothers and sisters in it. Yeah, I'm that type. I know Somali that runs through my veins in it. Yeah, but the thing I don't get is this animosity and this hatred back towards us. Now that's why I crossed the line. I'm like, bro, I ain't even done nothing to you guys. You're straight away, you people, your history, your Ainken, your this. I was like, whoa. I thought to myself, you know what, Ahmed? I thought,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
cool.
I know. The way he said it, the way he talked about
I said, all right,
well, the way he went about it was wrong.
my way
It's absolutely
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, for me,
Now,
it's like,
some of the lyrics you saying a director on has والله حلو قال لي
I
mean, man, I told him, bro, أنا برع ولي جيم أنتجين بربرة مبضع عجاه يرك الشراء أنا go back إلى حاجة جيب لي to بربرة أنت نحن عشان نجي على and that's way up somewhere else in it. Yeah, I've never seen do you know we've got a saying in Hargeisa the merhen and Skumrian are the mero they don't even yell at each other. Skumrian, innit? What the fuck? I'm looking at them. I'm like, okay, cool. Who do you hate the most then? And it's like, and then it's like, bro, look, civil war, but unfortunately, yeah, I got picked off like victims. It's not my fault. In the middle of Muhammad, but I could say, look, most of the fuckers Eden, if I could flip it, I'd say, Bantu. If we really deep it, there was a lot of them. So if I want to say, if we could pull out things on each other as well, innit, yeah. But this whole
but it never stops. Once you start,
it doesn't stop.
It never stops.
It's never. For me, I've gone to this stage where even Somali speakers getting to engage with brothers and sisters from every single Kabila and everywhere. Everyone got hurt somehow, somewhere. So that's why I tend to, let's all heal, you know, fuck fixing the nation. Let's learn to heal the damn motherfucker, innit, yeah? So for me, hearing rhetoric like this, I don't want to isolate you. It's 2021, innit?
I don't know. Maybe it's to do with the politics of Benadir at the moment, Magarat, because obviously, and I understand that the Hawiya brothers are in charge, Magarat, in Benadir, Magarat. And I understand why that's the case, Magarat.
It's majority rules.
Majority rules. But maybe that they're not being treated right by the majority Magarat, which is the ethnic Somalis, which of course are the Hawiya. Then of course I'm sure that the Hawiya are not on the offensive against these guys. To be honest with you, Mala Arkan, in a sense, Hawiya, they're kind of on guard against the Darod or the other Somalis Magarat. And so when I hear a Hawiya guy usually speak, he's like, hey, Darod guys, you guys don't, when the Somali like, this place doesn't belong to you, forget about it, Magarat.
Yeah.
And then the Darod guy will be like, I'm not interested anyway, but if it's going to be the capital, the capital has to be, and so on and so forth. And so the fact that these guys think that the Hawiyas are out to get them, I don't understand where this, maybe it's the grievance from what happened at the start of the civil war, Magarat, and they still haven't got over that. Maybe they've heard stories from their parents.
No, but I think they have a deep, I think they have an issue. The guy was really talking hatred. The guy will say, we're going to kill Hawiya, eventually we're going to rule the region again. Especially, I think he had the problem with Abga and Hawirgida. That's the two tribes he had an issue with. So
because they're the two most powerful Hawiya tribes.
Well, yeah, so... it's not us, innit? Come on.
Maya, the thing is, Magarat, whoever did something, Magarat, whether it's a guy from my tribe, or it's a guy from your tribe, the only solution that I can see is, because I'm sure that there were many evil acts that were committed, Magarat. If those guys are alive, they should be brought to account, Magarat, and those people who were hurt should be given some form of reparation magarata. And by reparation, I don't mean they should get back what they own. For example, hadii dhul laga haysto or hanti, they should get that back, but I think they should get some sort of top up magarata. But with regards to this guy who comes over in the Khalid's panel, who I've met, he's just a loser magarata. He's a hateful hate speech, and he sounds very hurt magarata.
And he's gathered a group. I think they've gathered a group of that's spewing this shit, and I'm like, well, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it gets to a situation where, okay, you keep dropping this Lamagolo word, didn't it? Yeah, and obviously I wasn't familiar with it. You know how I was thinking, okay, cool, you keep dropping this word. So are you trying to call me a black cat? Are you trying to call us all ethnic-looking Somalis like some beneath your feet or something? Because I don't think we do that. I don't think I describe these guys in, you know,
the derogatory way.
Yeah.
It's but you know, I did say it. I said if I have to choose between the Bantus and the Banadiris, I'll choose the Bantus. And I don't even.
Is it because I want to make themselves feel something better? Like I don't go around and call people Bantus, Jerer, all this nonsense.
I'll come back, guys.
You know what? Is it because they want to make themselves feel better? I don't understand that.
I have no idea, man. I really haven't engaged with the likes of that guy. The first I've come across his kind of personality is on Khalid's panel magarata. Because in all honesty, reer xamarka inta badan iyo Bantu waa dad iska afgaaban magarata. And so you oftentimes you don't know what their opinion is magarata if you haven't really engaged with them to that level of extent magarata. But he is something else magarata. And if he's found some like-minded individuals and he's formed a group, then it's obviously a toxic group magarata. It's just like a Qabilist group, the way I see it. But the thing is, none of them are related. The only thing that relates them is that they're all minorities.
And I think that's what hurt him the most when I told him you're 0.5. So I don't know how you can talk.
But I don't agree with the 0.5 thing. I think that's un-Islamic makarata, to say the least.
No, well, he triggered me. I know. I take it back. Allah, I take it back. Like he triggered me when he said,
I don't know how
yeah, like he triggered me. He kept saying like we're gonna go war with you, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna do this. And I just said, how can a minority rule over me? You're 0.5. That's when I dropped that. So, but I think he got more upset when I said that to him. But each to their own opinion. Each to their own opinion. If they think they want to root Hammer and they want to take over Hammer, each to their own.
I'm not too aware of the community relationship in Hammer at the moment. Anyway, how is it like?
How is it like?
I'm not
gonna lie to you. Abgali have to rule that region.
I know,
especially it's that's it. I think about the guest, in my opinion, they're a guest there. They've been living there as a guest, and they're gonna stay there as a guest. But in terms of ruling, they're never gonna rule anything.
Maya, I'm talking about the community relationship in the city. How is it like?
They're good. We are brothers. There's no problem between us.
So there's no tension there.
No. This guy's minority. That's the problem. Well, that's how I got really shocked, because I've never come across a Hammer speaking like that. So each to their own. I said each to their own. But at the end of the day, I've never come across a Hammer speaking like that. So I don't think he represents the majority how they think of the region.
It's majority rules, isn't it? It's
exactly.
You know, if there's three people and then there's one, and then the three people's opinion goes, right? It doesn't matter what tribes they're from. So I don't see why they have a problem. Yes, everywhere in the world, magarata.
Yeah.
And the other brother disagrees, then we rule magarata. But then I don't know, maybe he wants some special treatment or special status. He's trying to create a scenario whereby he says the city, he was the indigenous to the city. And that he should get special status, magarata, which is ludicrous. It's a silly idea, magarata.
Yeah, no, but I think he's delusional, very delusional. And if he thinks they're gonna go, because he kept saying that Banadir rule, Banadir state, Banadir kingdom, and then we're gonna go invade Yemen, and Yemen's gonna come back to Banadir. So I think he's very far fetched from the truth.
Oh, he's very delusional, man. He's very delusional.
The issue though, at the end of the day, I want someone for Somalia that has prosperity, who wants to build Somalia, try at least to reduce the corruption. I know that would not be going away, but at least try what you could do. And at the end of the day, you know what? Somalia has potential. That's why you see so many Western countries and neighboring countries interfering in our politics, because we have so much potential. They don't want Somalia or Hormoro.
ما وصلش how we there's way too much resources for too few people, and in a sense the blessing has become a curse. But there's minorities everywhere, man. I don't think in Labunboni it's not worth it.
No.
Yes, they leeyihiin well dulmiya, then I get that, I respect that. Nobody in La Dulmiya, but then with regards to getting special treatment, I'm sorry, man, that's not happening, Makarata. That doesn't happen anywhere. Why would you get special treatment?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense what they're saying to me. So at the end of the day, let everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Do you feel like they feel like? I feel like they don't feel like they're part of any of our groups. I don't feel like I'm isolating them. I told them the link is in the chat. I even sent the link to them. I told them, look, guys, we're going to be talking about politics the first half. Second half, we can have this conversation. Looks like we would have bucked in. I thought they would have had more minerals than this. But, you know,
yeah, but then they even consider themselves to be Somali speakers. That's the thing.
That's another thing. That's anything that it offends them. So the S word offends these lot. So this is a problem we're gonna start having. Maybe even yesterday's conversation, you know, last night's conversation before the stream got taken down by YouTube.
Offends them.
Somali offends them. Give me bro.
No, but how does Somali if the S words offend? So they're not clearly not Somali in their eyes. If you can't be proud to say I'm Somali, then you're not Somali.
But this is the problem with them. Like sometimes I like to say, Khalid, you gotta sometimes step into someone else's shoes, innit? Yeah, and imagine their type of world, innit? Where it's like the conversation yesterday. If you feel like an outsider, well, that's a you problem, innit? It's not an us problem.
Do
you get where I'm coming from, Ahmed? And we're gonna touch up on yesterday's subject tomorrow's stream. Hopefully, with the sister talk, we're gonna get into that. You know, the dilemmas of what happened yesterday's stream.
Yes.
But it's the same thing with these guys. It's like that's not an us problem. It's a you problem. And I think a lot of these people think that's the issue with a lot of human beings right now. You know, I think to myself, maybe the young generations or people that grew up in the West here, certain things it's a you issue. It's not a collective. It's maybe your problem that you need to solve out yourself.
And I think yesterday's scenario was actually pretty much related to these guys, because in a sense, to take the example of that the supremacist guy, he has that identity crisis where he doesn't feel Yemeni enough and he doesn't feel Somali enough.
Thank you.
And so
he's
kind of taking his anger and his identity crisis out on us.
Thank you.
To blame.
Thank you.
Oh, you should feel guilty that I'm mixed and I don't know which place to relate with. A place where my family left a couple of centuries ago, or a place where my family was maybe treated in an unjust manner 30 years ago, Magarata. Because it's not as if they were being treated unjustly for the last couple of hundred of years. It's something which happened, Magarata, 30 years ago. And it happened to a lot of ethnic Somalis too, Magarata. And so that's his identity crisis, that's his baggage and his emotions and his story to deal with, Magarata. He shouldn't be taking it out on other people. But, you know, some weak-minded people do that.
Thank you. They blame the rest of the world for something that they like. No one else has got control over. Listen, at the end of the day, Ahmed, you didn't choose to be born Marahan. I didn't choose to be born Isaac. Ayabad didn't born to be chosen MJ. Much attention. You know the ones. At the end of the day, and for me, it's this type of issue is, it's I need to sort that out because I'm happily who I am. You know the ones I know. I'm content being off Somalia from East Africa because that region, whatever you want to call it, is going to be known as Somalia, right? Or Somaliland, whatever it is.
It will always be
Somali
the Somali
Peninsula. So, therefore, lump it or like it. That's how I see it. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're not even being harsh. You're just stating facts here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Min Sayla.
I feel like these new type of ideas.
Sayla ilaa iyo Garbaciisa, ilaa iyo Djibouti, ilaa iyo Harar iyo Hawaash, ilaa iyo Qabri Dahr, ilaa iyo Gaaris, ilaa iyo Wajeer. Ilaa iyo hadduu Ilaahay ku roon yahay Raas Kambooni, ilaa iyo Raas Casayr, Looya Cadde, meel walbo. Soomaali waa ka xigto. This place where you live is not an isolated island, my friend. It's in the Somali Peninsula.
It's landlocked.
And all of your culture has been influenced by the Somali to the extent that you speak a dialect of Somali. So why you feel the need, Magarata, to create some sort of special status? I don't understand what this is. It's almost
is it part of this, Ahmed, is it part of this new phenomenon? Obviously, everyone on the panel right now is 30 plus in here. Is it the new phenomenon of this victim mentality sort of? Oh, I need a victimization thing to suffer. I don't know what it is. I think along them lines. I'm not really sure.
I think that's partly to do with it. A lot of people kind of collect their victim points, and whoever has more victim points wins the game. Whereas in the past you would kind of you wouldn't admit, Magarata, to your weaknesses. Now it's about who's got more problems. I've been through more problems than you. And I'm talking about even in their individual lives. A lot of the younger people these days, whereby they say, I was abused as a child. I went through that. My father was an alcoholic, and I get that, and I respect that they're willing to say it out loud and they've overcome their issues. But a lot of people act as if they're in a therapy session, whereby they say all of these things out loud, and they think because they can state more bad things. And one individual can only state one thing that they kind of deserve to get Magarata.
That's special treatment.
But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't give an individual more than he doesn't bear him with more than he thinks he can deal with, Magarata. And so you might have 3 problems, Khalid. I might have 1, but my 1 problem might be worse to me than the 3 problems are to you. You know what I mean?
I think there's certain new people, new generation, especially people having melancholy y'all need to stop being babyfied out here. And it's a tough world. You get where I'm coming from? It's a fucking brutal world out here. You get me? So I worry about the Gen Z. You know that? I worry about these Gen Z people now.
I don't blame you.
Shall I tell you why, Ahmed? I think everyone here grew up outside, exploring the world, going out there. And these guys grew up on their phones, on some insular vibes, some weird ass ways. Plus, super hyper feminized society, where everyone's just sensitive. And so my feelings. I just keep hearing this word, my feelings. Like, fuck your feelings. In reality, you have to be Captain Samuels on these people sometimes. Fuck your feelings. It's a rough place. You have to say it out loud sometimes. It's like, damn it, guy. And this goes for guys and girls anyway. All you people that are right now. Innit?
Oh, it's nothing. It's not a gender thing. It's I think it's like a societal thing now. I've noticed it, man. People are always saying their problems.
Hello.
And people are quick to point out their problems, even though problems when they're not even there these days.
Do you think people are
going through depression? No, you're not. You're just feeling a little bit low. You know how serious depression is.
Thank you.
I'm going through depression. You wouldn't say that if you lived or experienced or you knew somebody who's extremely depressed.
There's terminally ill people in just for breaths and the ones. And
yes.
Sometimes it's like I feel like this society right now. You see these terms, the mental health term in it, yeah. Ahmed, I think like sometimes these get thrown around too easy. Because the other day I see an Olympian, the girl that does the gymnastic thing. Yeah,
she said she's not gonna play
because I'm having it mental health. I'm like, what do you mean you're a millionaire? Well, you're about 22, 3 years old. Really? Really? Like, come on, let's be honest, man. They're trying to make this thing into a fashion instead of people really dealing, with their issues and their problems. That's what I feel like sometimes.
I agree with you, man.
Because I grew up in the generation of the hard, it's a hard knock life, innit? It's just like deal with your shit.
And the truth is, Magarat, nobody gives a shit about your shit because everybody's got their own shit to deal with. Everybody's got their own shit to deal with. People pretend they give a shit about your shit, but they don't. And so, I don't know, man. It's this opening up thing, Magarat, and I noticed it a lot, Magarat. I noticed it a lot within work sometimes, whereby they try to get people to open up more than is natural sometimes, to the extent that people just talk for the sake of it, Magarata. And it seems like everywhere you go is a therapy session, Magarata. It's just, and people, okay, I get it. There's some people who got serious mental health issues, and in some communities it's a taboo, and in those communities, yes, they should open up more. But I feel like sometimes in the society where we live in the West, there's a lot of people who are abusing it and using that to get away with murder, Magarata. Magarata, I've got mental health issues. I've been struggling with it for all those years. No, you haven't been. Magarata. And so,
do you think Ahmed is an easy excuse?
It's an easy excuse because nobody can prove if you got a mental health issue. Somebody can see if you've got a physical problem. Nobody can tell if you're. And you see, if you say anything against somebody who says they've got a mental health problem, then you automatically become evil. You're doomed if you don't. You're doomed if you do, Magarata, because they might be right. But there's no way of knowing it, Magarata. And so,
I think Abdi said it. I think he said it the best quote. Mental health is not about your feelings, because that's what I think people are getting twisted. I think mental health is something seriously. But your feelings, I don't know, man. I'm thinking feelings are, I don't know.
It's more of a chemical thing, isn't it? It's more about
have feelings.
Huh?
You're mentally ill. You can't have feelings, bro.
What do you mean, yeah, brother, man? What are you talking about? You can't be dropping them short little sentences in Somali speakers.
Yeah, but when you have mental issue up to you, when you have mental issue, you have issues in your head. How can you get in touch with your feelings? You have to use your brain to get in touch with your heart. You know what I'm saying? So when you have mental issues, you're obviously not feeling. You don't have much feelings involved. It's a mental issue. You just cannot get over that first step. And to be honest, like Ahmed said, we cannot tell. Nobody can tell if you have a mental issue or not until it becomes reality. Until you actually put yourself up there and say, "I'm not right somewhere." You know. The first step is of mental health up is admitting to yourself that you have an issue. You know. That's a mental issue. Sometimes that's a mental issue, bro.
Nah, what do you mean? Say someone you never chuckled and you laughed or something.
No, but you have to control those things. Those things are inner thoughts, innit? You remember things in your head, then you laugh in your head. You don't laugh out physically. Then you have a slap, but so you're telling me if you do outside.
So you're telling me on a big man.
I think you're just arguing over. Maya, people do laugh. People do laugh.
Come on, Ahmed.
Maya, what's interesting? Maybe that even you just had a phone conversation with somebody, or you watched 2 minutes ago, and then it didn't click the level of humor. Which you should have experienced, you didn't, and then you were like, "Oh man, now I get it, Magarat." Or I don't know, it just happens. But the thing is,
you smile, but you don't laugh out loud.
No, you can laugh.
Yeah, you don't crack yourself by yourself.
No, you don't crack yourself. Come on, man. You're telling me you never
smile. You smile.
You just. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
what's going on with you? Yeah,
no, you
man.
do.
Man. I don't want to lay it out, man. Do you want to unpack yourself? I don't know. I think we're stressed about that. Don't worry. I don't know, bro.
I like that, kid.
No, telltale signs in there. Telltale signs.
Yeah, but you're doing the same thing that you are accusing of the younger generation of. You're kind of
No.
encouraging people to say they have something wrong with them, even though they feel they're wrong.
No, Ahmed, no. There's a difference in it. Yeah, I encourage people. Yeah, I encourage people. Like ever since I encourage people. Look, go seek help in it. They were quite so. But kalasar ala'al, and I am.
You have to know how to get help. You have to be open about it. You have to know how to deal with people you're asking for help. You have to explain what you're feeling. You have to talk about what's happening to you, how it's affecting you, how you don't feel right. Up to hell, so don't go before you just go to anybody.
On that thought, you see how you're saying it. I'm on the school of thought of deal with your shit first as you can.
But there is no confidence. If I don't have the confidence to deal with my shit first, I'm gonna stay mentally insane in it for a bit until I can have that confidence. Everything has. You have to have that confidence. For someone to open up, it takes a lot, you know. For someone to share things and say, I don't feel right, this, like this, and you're sharing it with the doctor or whoever you want to share it with, bro, it takes a lot from the individual.
It's not even that it takes a lot.
Well, it takes a lot from the individual.
Maya, I agree with you. I'm just saying it's not even that it takes a lot. For somebody to open up about their issues, that's the final straw for a lot of people, Magrata. Because that means you've done everything you literally could before that, and now the only option is to open up about Magrata. Because privacy is something amazing, Magar, for a human being. We undermine it, but there is so many things that are private to each human individual, Magrata. And so sometimes when somebody says, why don't you open up about it? Well, I'm afraid sometimes some people will never, ever, within 80 years lifespan, within 100 years, open up to about it, even if they do to everybody. Maybe they will only be confident within a matter of 80 years to open up to one person or two people who are very special to them, who have that connection with the Magrata. And so that's why it's important when we talk about opening up as well. Don't open up to everybody, because sometimes it can be more harmful than beneficial.
Thank you.
Open up to the right people.
Not to everybody.
That's why I tell people. That's why that's why I tell people.
I'm talking about the doctors, the healers, the doctors. I'm talking
about the doctors are, of course, because they're professionals, and whatever you say to them should stay confidential. But I'm talking about with regards to friends and family, you should pick who you feel is right for you. And so, but then that's a gut feeling. People have people have that connection to people, Magrata.
Yeah.
You might know somebody for 20 years. You might only know somebody for 2 years, but you might open up to the person who you've known for 2 years, Magrata. And so it's just that level of understanding.
Would you do that though? Is that really? Do you think so?
Who, me personally?
Yeah.
I would personally open, if I have an issue with me, I would personally open
someone that you just know for 2 years or something.
Maya,
I think that's a bit dangerous.
I know, but the thing about me, Khalid, is I'm one of those people who doesn't usually make new friends, Magrata. I've got a small circle.
Like you as well.
Yes, I've got a very small circle.
I shouldn't say that out loud on YouTube, but I'm not really like that as well. Look, like, you get to that age, I'm trying to, hit up the like button.
Don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I'm Alhamdulillah, I'm a community person, and I'm involved, and I hope so. But I think people are happy to talk to me, Magrata, when they see me in social places.
Yeah.
But
not everyone has that threshold. You have to come over that threshold in order to become a friend or a trusted person.
No, but the thing I'm talking about is I keep my connection with a small number of people, and I've known them for example, let's say some of the people who I know now, I've known them for 20 years, Magrata, and I've been on holidays with them, and we've lived in the same place.
Yeah, of course.
And Alhamdulillah, I'm married with kids, and I'm still in touch with those people, and we're still close, Magrata. And so I don't usually carry new people with me all along, Magrata. It's like, but what I'm saying is, I would probably
most age as well, because at the end of the day, it's not like that. It's the small crowd thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and
at that age, I only fuck with people that I know from way back.
Yeah.
I'm really onto that.
And you don't have time to make new friends usually when you get older, right? It's it's not an individual thing. It's like a mutual thing. It's like you meet somebody who
unless your wife forces you. Unless your wife forces you, yeah.
But then so you say, you got forced to meet. This is Hablayo. Or to women are very amazing.
Yeah, but women are the opposite. Women are the opposite to what we're just describing. They end relationships. and they start new ones, and then they go back to the old ones, and
They
start
trust very easily, and they will bring in someone new. But
I think that'd be a nightmare for me. You know, when you're one of them people that don't want to, I'll be like, who the fuck is this new person every other day? Because I used to see that a lot. Like, I was like, hey, Blay, this is my new friend, this is my new. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? But it's a woman's world, isn't it?
Guys and ladies are different, my God.
Very different, just like that.
But to come back to my point and finish it off, I would most likely open up if I had something serious, my God, whether may Allah protect us all from it. If I had some sudden health problems or some really bad financial situation or some marriage issues, if I was going to talk to somebody, I would talk to somebody from my close circle who I've known for around 2 decades now, my God. And even when you do that, you will choose your moment to speak, my God. And so I'm just talking about myself right now, but I do understand some people feel more comfortable to speak to new people, because that's the thing with everybody is different, and so that's that.
Some people are willing to take the risk. You guys are not willing to take it.
Jeez, that's a
it's not a risk, man. It's just about finding.
They live life on the edge, man. While you niggas are just like safe passages. That's it. You only care about the people you share time with. Yeah, you said you go back to, you only talk to people you know way back. My guy only deals with people he had decades.
Yes, but brother, you don't understand. It's a mutual thing. When me and Khalid meet new friends or new guys, or new girls or whatever, when you meet a new person at around our age, what happens is that person gives you a mutual signal. Oh, I've got friends from way back too, and I trust you. And I hang around them. They're my close circle. And so
I understand that.
Like
but sometimes your close circle are just like you. Yeah. They don't understand the situation you're in. Some people, the blessing sometimes is disguised, Abdi. You don't know where your blessing is coming from, whether it's related to a new person, whether it's old person, you don't know. Unless you take that risk, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, but it's not as if
you have to live life.
I'm cutting out the new people. I'm just saying it's like a mutual thing. When you get older, chances are you meet people who've got their own little circles, and so you don't even go that deep. You don't even. But when you meet somebody from a younger age, it's just that there's that connection, There's, you've gone through shit together. But with regards to opening up, it's not as if I'm worried about opening up, Chances are, if you open up to somebody who you don't know for long, they'll probably judge you less anyway, because they don't know.
They might be honest about their opinion. They might really be honest about their opinion because he doesn't know nothing about you.
Yes,
and
but
it just gives you an opinion, a view. It just sheds another view of the situation.
Anyway, the thing is, in my humble opinion,
you see another side of your own situation.
In my honest opinion, opening up to another human being involves a lot of things. One of the most important things is that person who you're opening up to or telling a private thing or secret or a dilemma to has to be a good listener, a very good listener, or prepared to be a good listener in that situation. Because some people are just terrible listeners. They might be the nicest people in the world, but they're not good listeners. The person has to have some sort of wisdom. The person has to have gone through experiences maybe similar to that helps. Or no, and so there's a sense of maturity that comes into it. But we all know when we see it. But it's not that deep, to be honest with you. Most of the time when somebody thinks something is deep, it's deep to them because they're going through it. But a lot of the time when they share it, people are like, oh, okay, I kind of thought you were going through that, but okay, this and this, because when you're looking from the outside, you see something.
Yeah, difficult. I understand. That's really nice.
Come on. You get me?
We're losing we lost the crowd, man. No one is writing messages. What's going on?
But we keep it running for another half an hour or so. They don't like
هذا
أيوة،
قبيل هذا
أيوة.
صحيح الحين. They will be typing in the comments, cheering it on.
Yeah, I got.
Ahmed, what do you think about the MGTOW group? Men going their own way.
I think they're cowards. I think they're a bunch of fucking cowards. They should fucking
That's a
man
good
up.
one. I like that.
They should fucking man up. They should fucking learn how to be a woman. They should be able to be confident enough to accept that the woman is right and they're wrong, because women like to be right. They shouldn't be stingy because women like money more than men. They should be good and bad. You know what I mean?
Women build more than men.
They should just act like men, like the men did, and they should be prepared to have competition. I don't understand why they want the easy route out. Now, that's not to say that I agree with feminism before they run in and they say, "Oh, look at him! I'm a traditional guy. Alhamdulillah, I'm in a traditional marriage. Alhamdulillah."
No, but we live in times where we have to be fair nowadays. Come on, bro. That we can't oppress
If
no
Khalid asked me about feminists, I would probably say the same thing, Magarata.
You can't oppress people no more. If a woman wants to take part in politics, she has a right to take part in politics.
But why did you assume that traditional means oppression? You sound like
education is both open to a man and woman.
Give me a second. I'm just writing.
I sound like what?
I'm just writing something down. Give me a second. Maya, nothing to do with you. I'm just writing a note.
Okay, I said the boy from Kismay, I thought he was hard. Like a ghetto came in Kalimani book
No, it's up to, let's be honest, everything is open to everyone. If I had a daughter, I wanted the best for her. And if I had a son, similar. Same thing. So it makes no difference, bro. All right, according to our religion and everything, a woman cannot be in certain places and certain things, yeah. But the time we live in right now, how many countries in this world are according to the religion way? No, look around you and look how many countries are living by the Sharia law or the Islamic way of living. A lot. So now that we're not living on that side, why are you gonna discount them? Why not include them as well?
That's true.
Yeah, let's be fair.
It's true that.
If you oppress the woman, brother. It's only
you say suuqa iska xidhina suuqana naga xidhinayne
suuqa naga xidhina after dadkan kale wuxuu horumarayaan because they got different views of things. The more options you have, the more bubble of a subject you have, yeah. The more ideas you have on one subject, the better you can make a good decision or a better decision than the one before. Only when you have a narrow-minded decision where only man can contribute, no woman can contribute, then you got a narrow view of things. Half of the population you're with, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't count them, you're actually just going on a narrow-minded view. So rather than go on a narrow-minded view, you might as well go on the mass. Go give them a chance. Let everyone have a talk. Let's see what happens.
Jeez. What are you saying? You're for this equality thing, innit? Illegal. Saying I smell a liberal style.
To a certain degree. To a certain degree, yeah.
Very liberal. You're relaxed with it.
To a certain degree, yeah. Remember, Quranka is the most freedom Muslimity. Wallahi gave them more rights than any other religion. Deen Islam gave more rights to the woman than any other religion. We just don't want to admit to ourselves. You see, instead, sometimes to stay back on the back seat because even if she's not the man she's with, she just have to, poke him, tell him the ideas, let the man talk like if he came up with the idea. They tell you every great man is a great woman, right?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it takes time, bro. You have to think like that, man. Sometimes you have to be open-minded, man. So for Izidas, you have to be open-minded. There are certain places I'm not going to and there's certain places I'm not going to go.
That's it. That's it. I just told the man them and the people them, don't get your thing confused. Alaikum assalam, brother.
Maya, why did you assume when I said I'm traditional that I'm a bit harsh on women? That's what I was trying to say. You sound like yes.
I never said that.
you start speaking me about.
Ahmed. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah,
Ahmed, you're reading into context.
Ahmed,
you're taking it out of context.
Ahmed,
I don't think I'm taking you out of context, man.
I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. You said I'm a traditional, and I said sometimes being a traditional is a narrow-minded view.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
Ahmed, can I tell you something? Let me give you. I think you know what Yabud is doing, innit? Yeah. I think he got two comments from some of the senoritas in Makaya, so he thought, you know what? Let me put on this.
Yeah, but I thought Yabud is a married man.
Yeah, but you know the comments.
I am married, man.
We rate you, Yabud. with the shit.
I've always struggled with guys. I've always struggled with guys like that. I had a situation once where I was at some sort of seminar where we were debating about Somali situation in Ethiopia, you know. And I remember I had a debate with there was a sister there, and I had a debate with her, and quite a lot of sisters there, and they took her side, Magarata. And so I was kind of backing up. And so I remember there was one or two guys who jumped in to take the sister's side to come, you know, and rescue. And they were like, they didn't even know what we were debating about, but they just wanted to be heroes, Magarata. And so with guys like that, you usually have to back up, Magarata, because.
Were you passionate about your debate? Because when women normally debate, they put their feelings in it.
It wasn't that I was passionate. I think the sister didn't like the way that I put the message across, Magarata. And my intention wasn't to be harsh to her. She was making a presentation, and I just had a few critical points against the presentation, not her in particular. But I think maybe she felt because she delivered it and she prepared it that it was criticism of her.
Oh, Ahmed, you one of them type of brothers? I never thought you were that type of guy.
No. I immediately realized it, and I backed off Magarata. But then, a lot of the other sisters were there, Magarata. Mashallah, a lot of pretty sisters were there, and I backed off. I realized, you know, go with the flow. But then, I
would have just carried on. I would have said, "Fuck it." I'm one of them brothers there.
No,
I wasn't married at that time, you know. So
I would have carried on the debate.
At the time, you can understand where I come from, bro.
I wanted to keep my options open at that time. So, but then, you know, there were a few guys who just wanted to challenge me, and they didn't even know what the whole issue was about, you know. And I was like, here we go again, Magarata.
I would have carried on debating. I don't know. I would have just went fuck it in it all. But that what you said, Ahmed, a girl delivering a presentation, you critiqued it. Jeez,
I critiqued some of the points that were in the presentation. You know,
you're saying Ahmed got out the notes. Ahmed, he said, "One second, let me write something." Bullet points, right? That's a good party. Oh my lord! Okay,
I had a list of.
Nobody can stop you from critiquing on a debate, bro. You have a right to debate a presentation. You know the whole reason why she's presenting in front of all of you, so she can have a view. So for you to give her a negative view, it's not a bad thing. It's not good. I wouldn't say it's a great thing, but it's the way you present it.
Is it with the delivery? So if you're going to critique women, it's about the delivery. Is that what you're saying, lads?
Yeah, because to be honest, when the woman is delivering something, they deliver it with feelings, emotions involved. So you have to be very careful when you're being critical. Just can't say it to, like, if you're saying it to a guy who could take the the critic, yeah, he
But
could
then
take it.
again, if we live in this society and this world that's everyone's there, shouldn't they be able to take it then, my brother?
But you have to consider the feelings of everyone, though.
What
You have
feelings?
to
This is
consider the
something
feelings
that I
of the
just
individuals who are involved.
in what
The
way though?
individuals who are involved. Yeah, but you're
But
just
then
being
okay,
harsh
but
for
it's
no
not being
apparent
harsh.
reason.
Say if I see a mistake, and I just said, you know what, wallah, to correct that person, and is that being harsh?
Well, you can deliver it in such a way. You could say, I see where you were going with that, and I heard where you were heading with that. It's a really good idea, but I have a different opinion when you come to this bit. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you present it. It's the way you say it. It's how you drop it that makes the difference of the people. That's how that your character speaks and how you present yourself.
Okay.
If you're harsh, people will see you as harsh. Like Ahmed said, a lot of sisters were like they were angry about it, and some of the guys even tried to come and become a hero. So I'm assuming Ahmed
The
dropped it in
sisters
such
were
a way.
not the sisters were not upset about my delivery. It's just that it's that female nature. They don't like to be wrong, and so sometimes they
but
don't like.
again, you see
Yeah,
that.
but
Yeah,
you
where
can
did
show
they get
them
this
the
from?
difference.
No,
Because
because
I had a couple of problems like this recently on the streams and in and around life, innit? Yeah. You see, when you're saying they can't take being wrong, why is that? If the person is in a khalid,
you can definitely take it, Ali.
is it because it's come from a man? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't even that she was. It wasn't even that she made a spelling error or something like that. It was just a difference in opinion, Makarata. And sometimes, I don't know, man. We all know how to deliver things, Makarata. Well, most of us do.
Mustafa, stop talking rubbish on the background, man. Come on the panel. Tell Mustafa, come on the panel. He's writing messages. He's saying, don't sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat what?
Yeah, he said, don't sugarcoat it for the women. They do it for each other. Come in, Mustafa. Don't hide, man. Come in and say it on the panel.
Who does he have a bone to pick with, me or you?
No, Mustafa. He said, don't sugarcoat it for the women. It's not with me, innit? Obviously.
I think it's for Yabba.
Yeah, more or less.
Because I felt like Yabba was doing some Captain Simpe.
No, but you're sharing. You're sharing it with people. You cannot go around dropping harsh comments to everyone. Fucking hell.
But say if but I'm just saying, say if you have to be real.
Sometimes you don't agree with the truth.
But say if you have to be real, do you think?
Yeah, there's ways of being real. There's ways of being real about it. There's ways of doing things differently. Oh, you tell your son when he makes a little kid
Ahmed,
to go
you got
around
some background noise. Well, sorry. Let me just mute Ahmed. You got some windy. I think he's outside. Yeah, go on, brother.
No, I said, do you go around and tell kids when they make a mistake, you bloody hell, you made a mistake. Don't ever do that. You shut your kid like that.
Come on, man. Have some class with you, man. Brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't do. No man would do that. Yeah, but if there's all right, cool. Say if sister's doing a presentation, you're in the place, and you've got a slight disagreement or something. But you can't tell her like just because I don't know she's got a different genital sex than you. What is she immune to criticism? That's what I'm coming from.
The way you drop it is listen, you can be a critic to anybody, but always remember the person behind it is a human being. The person who made that.
But again, we live in a society that's changed.
And where they don't have nobody has feelings now.
And it's not about feelings. This is what I'm saying. Everything. What's with this feelings things with you people, man? Come on, man. Like,
okay, you don't have feelings. When people come on your show and you fight with them over nothing and you give them headaches.
You said it the best, man. They're strong, independent, and they can take a bit. Come on, this is the world. This is society we live in.
Okay, fine. You drop it how you like. I just wouldn't drop
I'm
it
not
that way.
saying, look, I
I
wouldn't
just,
drop
I
it.
just think, yeah, but there's a little bit of a liberalist.
No, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm giving
Yeah,
you my
your
opinion.
opinion is a bit liberal, a bit
I'm not
too liberal
for
for my
everyone. I'm
liking.
giving you my opinion.
No, your opinion is a bit too liberal for my liking, Magarat. That's why I consider myself a traditional person.
You have to be liberal in life. You cannot just be mantled and conservative by it all day.
Why
You
can't you
can't.
be conservative? I don't understand what's wrong with conservative.
You cannot be conservative about it because you're not considering all aspects. Then
Why do you think conservative is anti-women?
it's not anti-women.
And what's the problem with conservatism then? I don't get it.
They don't care. They think they're superior to women.
You think conservative people think they're superior to women?
Yeah.
Women can be conservative too. Conservative is just like traditional.
Yeah. Then that woman thinks she's superior to you as well. She has the right to think the same.
I don't agree with that. I think
Come
that's,
on,
I
man.
think that's,
Come on,
I
man.
think that's your opinion.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
but
course.
man, what's going on? Yeah, Billa said, my man said it as well, man. She's a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the label that they're dying for? So if there's a thing where there's all something a man's critiquing and say, look, I don't
No,
really.
listen. I do get them. Nice
a
to be
business
able to
meeting.
tell something. You can't always just stick to something, bro.
What do you mean? If we're in a board meeting, okay, say if we're on a board meeting right now, and Lord behold, the person is a female, fucks up or whatever. Shouldn't you be able to critique them or whatever it is?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm not disputing the fact that you cannot drop criticism to a woman. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you, you can. Up to remember when you're dropping criticism, yeah, to keep in mind people's feelings, the person behind the comments.
But why are your
You have to
feelings?
keep
Who
that
gives a shit
person
about
in
your
mind.
feelings? This is a place of either
Yeah, that's
working or a place of where we're exchanging information. What the fuck does your feelings
that
have to do
says
with
a
this
lot about your
conversation?
character, though. Then that says a lot about your character. To the panel, the other people who are sitting in the meeting will know you don't give a shit about other people's feelings. Then we know something you didn't want to share with us. And we're sharing with you now. We know exactly something you don't know nothing about us, but we know something about you. You don't give a shit about other people's feelings. We know something. I learned something that you don't give a shit about other people's feelings. The way you drop your criticism. Yeah.
No, but no,
Yeah,
look, I
I'm
did, no.
just
I
saying
think
we're
I
feeling that.
think no. I think you're getting two things twisted. I'm saying right now, if it's a place of
No,
professionalism,
we're in the meeting. The meeting
well,
there is a line.
I'm saying
In the
no.
meeting,
I'm saying if it's a professionalism, like I think Musa did the best. If it's professionalism, and we're and you're doing your thing, and we're there to see
it
what you're
doesn't
doing,
matter your professionalism or not. Everybody there sitting in front of you would be judging who you are and how you present yourself. Your opinions matter, the way you drop them, the way you act, the way you speak. Everything is about you, presents about you. I'll be judging you on your presentation. I'll be judging you on how you drop comments. I'll be judging you on everything, bro. Not only am I not going to be liberal, I'm going to be conservative in some part.
I don't get they said it the first, man. Come on, man. We judge people on their merits, not how they perceive things, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, of course not. But I will be judging you for dropping the harsh criticism. I will be judging you, though. Remember, I'm sitting in that same meeting where you're dropping to the lady, but I'm judging you as well, the way you dropped it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to see every aspect, the whole view.
Is all this argument because of my little scenario where I?
No. It's not about that, man. We're just talking about made up meeting now. He said we're in a meeting. Can I not criticize the person point blank?
No, look. Yeah. Even right now, this South A is saying I'm look sensitive, emotional, passionate, whatever, and toxicity. I'm asking. Whoever rocks your boat. But I'm saying, look. I'm saying there's times to be critique and whatever. But if we're in a place of professionalism and Lord behold, the person happened to be off, are you not able to call out things like I'm willing to be critiqued? I'm out here putting my face up every day. You could critique me as soon as I say something. You'll be like, that's something I'm willing to do, innit? So, but in a place of professionalism, I'm not saying in other in real life.
Yeah,
But I'm saying
I'm also remember. I'm also in that meeting. You're dropping the critique to the person who made the presentation or whatever. Yeah, you're dropping your critics. I'm also in that meeting. I'll be judging you on
I
how
agree
you.
with Abdi. Look, tone is definitely needed, especially when you're dealing with the opposite. Yes, I agree with that.
That's
But if I have
exactly
to
what I'm
critique
saying.
something,
Nice, Abdi. Nice, putting it nicely. Yeah, we know Yabba. There you go. That's what I'm saying, bro. The tone is always the way you present yourself to the people, the human peoples, the person you're talking to, the individuals in front of you is very important. It's the way you present yourself. People will be judging you in every aspect. How you look, how you sit, how you present yourself. Is he paying attention while that person was talking? What was he doing? You know, all sorts of things people think, bro.
okay, that's all right. Yeah, but the way Ahmed saying, look, I saw a presentation, I saw something, I pulled it up. I said, you know what, and then everyone just jumped on the Donny. I had to ask. I'd be like, "Oh, did you do it in front?" I was like, "All right, cool." But if we're in a professional workplace in this 2020, in this day and age, in it, yeah, if you fuck up, I fuck up. Like, does it matter because you got like a different type of like you're different? Isn't this the society that we live in? Isn't this what they wanted? Like, what? Just because you did something wrong, I'm not allowed to critique it.
No, why can you not drop your message professionally? You're in a professional place. Why can you not talk in a professional way and drop your message in a professional way? Why do you have to be in a harsh way? Can you not drop it in a professional way? It's not much harder for you
Yeah,
to.
but I'm saying, but say if I drop in a professional and say if it's critiquing, but I'm looking at the word critiquing. Say if you're critiquing.
No, if somebody can't take the criticism, that's their business. If a person cannot take criticism,
now we're on to something. I think we're seeing.
But it's the way you drop it. It's the way. If you're professional about how you how your criticism comes across, well, we judge you on a professional level.
Okay, then.
Say, oh, that was he was very professional about it.
So should you be responsible for someone's feelings?
No. After that, no, that's nothing to do with you. But we're also in the meeting. We judge you and say, oh, the way Kate dropped it, that was professional. So I don't care if that person takes it personal or not. All we know is he dropped it professionally. I agree with the man, the way he spoke. Yeah, it's really nice the way he dropped it. It was professional. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But when you just say point blank and you just say, yeah, boom, 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 you're asking for trouble, bro.
Yeah, I see that. But I'm just saying, in this day and age, if you're working and you're in a professional environment and something fucks up or whatever, shouldn't you have the title to call it out? That's what I'm saying.
Did you see what they said? A real man speaks to a woman with respect, not in a way that's harsh, because that's bitchy. You hear that?
Okay.
It's the opposite sex. When it comes to the opposite sex, you just have to be, respectful.
There is respectful, no, but I'm saying no one's. I don't think we're getting a wise to say. I'm not even speaking about no disrespect or something. I'm just saying, on hindsight, if you're in a professional place, something goes wrong. Can't you say what? I'd be like,
now you eat your own words again.
I'm not eating my own words. I just babbed. Obviously there's some sisters. I'm trying to be.
Come man, save your boy, man.
Not save your boy. Listen to this. Yeah, I'm trying to be respectful with it now, innit? Yeah, just in case someone's feelings might get hurt from what I'm gonna say, which I am not responsible for their feelings in the first place. I'm just saying in a professional
manner. No, that's the individuals to work on their beings. That's the individuals to work on themselves.
That's the individual. Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to just clarify for the whole thing. Should that person be really shocked and offended if someone's critiquing their work?
No, in a harsh manner. If you drop it in a harsh manner.
In a harsh manner, yes, I agree with you. It's disgusting. No. You can't critique someone in a harsh manner. I totally agree with that. And I'm with South S.
The person will take it. Critics can drop grenades there. It's very important the way you drop it, because that person who you are criticizing against will take it the way you drop it. If you drop it harsh, I will digest that information I got in a harsh way. You understand what I'm saying? If you drop it nice, I will take it in a nice way.
ويا إناده.
No.
Liberalism iyo balaayada aday ka hadlaysaa waxaan aad sheegaysid.
That's not liberalism. That is just a human being.
I just want to know.
Humanity.
I want to know. I'm gonna look back in the stream. Yeah, South X is telling me Khalid, it's nice to see you. What did I change my perception? I just said what Ahmed was saying. I don't think Ahmed. Maybe the way he said it.
None of you were there. I don't understand why people are using my particular.
No,
We're using your thing as a scenario, as a hypothetical.
In my scenario, right? I waited until the question and answer session came, and then I said it in a very polite way. Magarata.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, I consider myself somebody who knows how to speak Magarata amongst a crowd of people, and so I spoke to the person as if I was speaking to them amongst a crowd of people, and I spoke to them taking into context their gender, Magarata, and their age and everything. So because it's common sense, you take a lot of things into context, and you don't speak harshly to anybody, Magarata, when you're bringing across a point.
No, of course not. Otherwise, your point will be received harshly.
Yes, and so when I made my point, all I said was, the sister disagreed with my point, but it just so happened that a lot of other sisters took her side, even though I clearly proved her to be wrong, Magarata, because I used facts to back up what I was saying, Magarata.
Yeah,
but
that's understandable. That's brilliant. That's understandable. And most of the sisters at the end, they went back of it. It's just a couple of hero boys trying to be heroes.
I actually had to back down, Magarata, because the way that I perceive some people to be, it's not worth it, Magarata, because then it just becomes a matter of, because I'll give you an example, right? Before I came in and I said my point, the question and answer session was quite dull. And when I came and I said my piece, everybody wanted to have their share of the microphone and say their piece. Okay. And so sometimes there's a lot other elements involved whereby people just like drama, Magarata, and they like, I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I totally get you. I
understand. I do understand where you're coming from, bro. Sometimes it's true.
Like, okay, like someone said, over here. What do you think about this? I will show you respect. You respect you. Blah 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 blah. I'm not putting people on pedestals just because they are different. And this is I'm just saying in a professional work environment. It's nowhere else. It's where we have to get a job done or whatever we're doing, or we're calibrating whatever. If someone critiques you, shouldn't you? Isn't it subjective?
Of course it is. And also remember, the way you drop it, I will receive it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep in mind how you drop it all the time. All I'm saying is you have to be careful on how you drop it. Sometimes you don't know where these people who are doing, who you're criticizing come from, or what feelings they have, or what they did that morning, or what happened, bro, in their life, Sometimes you have to think about things like that, bro. You know.
But then again, if we live in a world, it's a nasty world out here. Shouldn't we prepare people?
Now we're creating soldiers and we're creating people who don't care about other people. Just walk all over everybody and see how far
No, it's not like. Oh my God.
If I can just jump in, I do think that words are a bit tricky sometimes, because I heard you read the person's message out. I don't put people on pedestals. I don't know what that means exactly, Magarata. But as a traditional person, I do sometimes treat women different to men, Magarata, in the sense that I do give them a bit more respect, because that's how I've been raised, Magarata. And so.
But the thing is, Ahmed, they're not going to negate traditionalism with what you're just saying. They just think you're a barbaric person that thinks a woman should be in a kitchen.
No, not kitchen. Nothing to do with kitchen. Even a woman who's a stranger to me. Things like opening the door.
No, but when you said I am a traditionalist, but straight away, it's feminism symbol enough. It went on alert. It went on high alert. You know them ones, Captain Simp. You know them ones.
No, people are more clever, man. Don't say that.
No, I'm just saying.
Yes, but Khalid, you have to remember, right? But you have to remember, right?
Your feminism kicked in.
The way that I choose to treat women is not based on how certain women behave or how certain people deem me to be as a person. It's just how I've been raised, Magarata. I speak to them with more respect. If she's a stranger to me, it's probably not good to look her directly in the eyes, Magarata. magarata. There's certain things oo diinta ka mid ah dhaqankan sameeya magarata. You know, that personal space, opening a door for them, maybe helping them carry something magarata.
Lower your gaze. Yes. Lowering your
Not
gaze.
putting a woman on a pedestal, that's just to me treating a woman like a woman magarata.
Why would you put them on a pedestal? Then you're telling them you're weaker than me. I'm putting you on a pedestal.
But that's not a pedestal for me. That's just
Okay,
respect.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you do that? Why
What
would
do you think
do
about
that?
this? Yeah. What do you think about what Ahmed said? Abdi said. Imagine an orphan child, and you're there talking about your parents all day,
Rubbing it in their face. All right, I understand that. That's the situation, and if that's the situation, you put that into consideration. You won't be talking about your parents all day. Come on, bruv. You see what I'm saying? Every situation is totally different. Why would I sit in front of an orphan guy and talk about my parents all day in front of him?
But say if you didn't know.
No, you
You
take
just
the
said
time.
to-
No, you take the time. You can read people, right? You can see people how they react to your words on how they perceive your information.
All right, so let me put a
If you
hypothetical
can't do that,
scenario.
then you can't be a professional.
Now, say a hypothetical scenario. We're all in teenage schools right now, innit? Yeah. God forbid, but you're orphan. Me and Ahmed are just talking about parents.
Yeah.
Your feelings. If I didn't know, your feelings again. This whole word, this F word, feelings.
No, it's not about
subjective.
feelings. It's not about feelings. It's when you guys. It's when you guys. I think Ahmed marka casa and parents and all of that. It's how I perceive that information. You look at my face, how I receive that information. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't have the parents. I'm gone right now. Yes, I'm the orphan. Yes, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna look down or look somewhere else. Then you know I'm not interested in that subject because that's a subject I cannot comment on. You understand what I'm saying? A good reader would read it. A good person who knows the people who he's around, he will read that and he will, adapt his information, Kisa, and the way he presents himself in such a way to accommodate everybody around you.
But you can't, in a real world, you can't really do that, bro.
In the real world, you can. After it's just a lack of education, bro. Learning again. Up to more education, bro. There's some guys who actually get paid for just reading people. Wallahi billahi, I know companies who hire people. Just a guy who gets paid £1,000 a day, £1,000 a day for sitting down in meetings and reading people, bro. The opposition for the company he works for. That's all his job is. Every time they're doing a takeover or every time they're doing something big business deal and that, wallahi, they call him in. He sits down there and he gets paid for reading people. That's it. Simple. He doesn't even say much. He just tells them what the information they need to know. Up to education that we do not understand or we do not talk about. All these things make the relationship between two people, two individuals, a lot better. Whether it's a man, whether it's a friend, whether it's a parent, whether it's a son, whether it's a daughter, it makes it better. Those things, you have to put them in perspective, bro. Everything. Come on, man. What's the point
Are you talking about emotional intelligence?
No, intellectual intelligence.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of intellectual when you hit it, you do not care about feelings. It's about the human being. It's the individual you're dealing with. It's not about his feelings. It's about the individual you're dealing with. How they process information, how they take it, what they thinking, how would they feel if I said this? Come on, man. You have to have that interpersonality, bro. You cannot just say things and just drop it like that. That's like Bushman thinking, Rebadi thinking. They would say. You have to really know the people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in a cybersecurity businesses and stuff like that. I do a lot of that. Of course, I present people and I tend to look after clients all the time and things like that. So I need to know how my client feels. Even though the way they talk to you, you can tell how the client feels and how they drop things and how they say things by the actual words they use. Words have actual meanings, different meanings. The body language, the way the person presents himself, the way the person is looking at you. All these things are all in account. You have to account for all of this. Don't just jump and drop a critic just like that. You have to drop it in such a way that person perceives it in such a way like, oh, that's not a harsh critic. That's a very intellectual criticism. I like that. All right, next time I'm going to change my my idea from that side. I'm going to look at it from his point as well. We got a joke him out with you, man.
You see we got to check him out. Yes. So I'm willing to learn, man. I tell you what, all Somali speakers is about learning and teaching. What all I'm always willing to learn every day. Self-improvement. What all I'm not ashamed of that. What all
right now, we don't see each other's faces. Yeah.
And thank you, Walala. Jazakallah for the tip, Walala. May Allah bless you. Okay.
No, you see, we don't see each other's faces mainly. The people we speak to every day. Some guys I got to know them on this panel. I actually think if I saw them in real life, we get on. But the thing is, you have to consider, the way they present themselves, the way they speak, the way they say things. There's certain places I can go and certain places I can't go, because you just have to, you to make the place nice and understandable, to let the information flow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have to drop it in such a way, bro. It's not being liberal or conservative or anything else. It's just, understanding your surroundings, dealing with your surroundings, adjusting to your surroundings, adapting to your surroundings. You see? You have to know all this, bro. Being humble is the most best place. In business and negotiation, I'm a taste of success, not punch. Well, that's the thinking. That's why you don't have no business in Somalia right now, my brother.
How you draw out most like that, man? Come on, you're drawing out one of the man them right now, man. I don't even like that.
I want to come on the panel. Why is he on the background today? I don't understand him, bro.
I don't know. Sister Sal said, well done, Khalid. Yeah, there's no shame of learning everything every day. Well, I say if you don't learn a new lesson every day about yourself or the world, you get where I'm coming from? You get me, Sal? You see? It's about taking criticism. You get me? It's not bad, it's not a harsh thing.
Yeah,
say Mus is in the back chat, man. You say
bring him back. Why is he in the back chat, bro? It's very excited, bro.
I'm gonna run it for another half an hour anyway, man. Half an hour. 11 lakh half. You get me? 11 lakh. Hey, yo, people, hit up the like button, hit up the subscribe button. Walk on with you people. Bilash Banuta, I want a song.
When there's no physicality, when there's no fight involved, ragga waaga hore waxa la sameyn jiray mataqaana waxaana fahmin waa la isku dili jiray. Dagaalka hadda waa la joojiyo waxa la daga magaalo iyo nolol baa la sameystay. Dagaalka markuu bilaabo waxa la bilaabay siyaasad iyo waxa la bilaabay politics and all this. You understand? All these things come into play.
Champion Basar Galimesha.
Yes, Mustafa. Salam alaikum, akhi.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Welcome.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Come on, let's get it.
Comment on your last comment. Yeah? Comment on your last comment.
Who wants smoke? Which one?
Huh?
Basically, I was, the conversation was about being harsh and critique. Ahmed came up with a scenario where he critiqued her sister in it, yeah. And then I must have said, at first I was like, oh. But then I thought about it. I said, all right, in a professional workplace, in it, yeah, or an environment where, say, I work with a sister now, and she kind of waffled or something, and whatever. Haven't I got a right to tell her in a professional workplace, or whatever, that ain't right? Or
of course you do.
And then I don't know. Your brother's extra sensitive. Feminist,
no,
spider senses I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
No,
I'm just
thinking. You know why Jordan Peterson?
Because I'm aware of my surroundings.
Let me say something, brother. Let me see something.
Yeah, go on,
you know the Jordan Peterson guy. You know why he became famous? He's a social psychologist or whatever, and he talks about some of the traits that people that are successful in business and things like that have. Some of the main traits. Okay, and one of the main ones was non-agreeableness. Someone who disagrees with people. Someone who says it how it is. Someone who's competent.
All right, I'll tell you two stories.
Not being
Maka.
pandering, bro. Pandering's not one of the.
Okay, fine,
Okay.
I understand that. But when you say successful, most successful people, you talking about an individual, or you're talking about a whole section of people who hang around together and talk together and have friends and life is perfect? You're talking about after kursigas markaa saaran tahay kaliga, it's an empty seat. Those people who actually got there by criticizing everything and walking over people, wallahi, they got there by themselves. There's nothing there. They have nothing else. They get. Why do you think the most expensive things in this world are like made for one or two persons? Look at Bugatti. It's a two-seater
No,
car.
brother, it's not that. Though. It's not
Two-seater
that.
car.
We're not
It's a
talking about
two-seater
just.
car.
We're not
Look at
talking
the
about.
Lambo. Look at the lifestyle. Look at
I hear
everything.
you.
It's one person. It's an
We're not talking
individualist.
about that, bro. We're not
Look at
talking about.
Alibaba, yeah?
Okay.
Do you know the guy called Alibaba, the most richest man in this world, Alibaba? Do you know him?
I know
The
him.
Chinese.
I bought stuff from Alibaba.
Yeah, the Chinese guy. Do you know what he talks about? Do you know how he spends his money? And do you know where he lives? He lives amongst the people. He spends his money on the people. He shares his wealth and his ideas with the people.
Okay, anyways,
Not
brother,
only
going
does
back to
he
the
make
main
money
thing.
for himself,
I
but
hear
he
you.
share it with
I hear you.
that guy is not an individual. He's there,
Brother.
a very successful person. The most successful person.
Brother, we've
Right?
been here with you all day, man. Just
all right,
you
go
know what I'm
ahead.
saying? What we're saying is that for me, I feel like this whole thing, there's two ways to do it. You can either speak to someone to get the outcomes that they want, or speak to them in a way that just because sometimes those things will contradict. Sometimes if you want somebody to get an actual, say for example, somebody's overweight and you tell them, listen, you're overweight, you need to stop eating, you need to work out. Maybe that hurts them emotionally, but is that going to get them the outcome they want? Yes. If you be real with them, it's going to get them the outcome they want. Not you saying to them, look, you're not really that overweight, you know, don't worry about it, just try to run a little
Why would
bit.
I say that? Why would I say that? In that situation, I have to motivate the person. Why would I say that?
No,
in that
but you have to be
situation, I
honest
have to
with them.
motivate the
You have to be
individual.
honest with them, and you have to tell them
Yeah,
the truth
I
to
have
get
to
them the
motivate the
outcomes.
individual. I have
Okay,
to
but
motivate the
that
individual.
contradicts you. That contradicts the fact that you wanna, you know, not harm them emotionally.
No, what I'm saying is always be aware of your surroundings. Know what situation you're in and know who you're dealing with. Don't just come and blab. Know how to drop things to the people you're talking to. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
bro.
disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. What I disagree with is the fact that if somebody's emotions, if it comes to look two things, the outcomes that they want and covering for them, you know, not wanting to say something bad to them because of their emotions, I would rather say the truth and get them the outcomes they want.
What is your intention? Your intention is to get your point across, yes? And your point to be received, yes?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yeah, that's how you want it. You want to drop that point and that point to be received. How am I going to achieve that? If I don't know the individual I'm talking to, or I don't understand how they are acting, or what they're doing, or the people around me, how the hell am I going to drop that?
No, I'm not telling
you. Am I going to be professional about it?
I agree
or am
with
I going to
you.
be? Come on.
I agree with you,
Let's
and
be
the point that
every situation is different.
No, I agree with you. The point that, you know, understanding who you're talking to and whatnot. But what I don't agree with is that if you tell them the truth and it's gonna hurt them, don't tell them the truth. No, I'd rather tell them the truth.
That's a different thing. It's how you drop the truth. The truth will never hurt no one. What it makes people better.
The truth hurts people every day.
It improves people. If you tell me the truth,
if somebody's
I don't mind. I would improve.
If you tell someone that's fat, you're fat, is that gonna make them happy or not happy? Well,
it depends. Am I his trainer? If I'm his trainer, I'm gonna tell him, mate, you're taking a piss. You're getting bigger than life, mate.
Yeah,
come on, let's work on it. Push him, motivate him, do something.
I'm not saying don't motivate him,
that's
but I'm
if
saying
I'm
you have to be honest.
I'm not his trainer. Why would I say that? Why would I tell that person that, even though I'm not his trainer? What good am I? What I say to him? What is that gonna do for him?
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because maybe a lot of other people have your type of understanding that I'm not gonna speak the truth to him because it's gonna offend him. Maybe everybody in his whole life has probably never told him that he's fat. You have to, because there's something to do with his health. He can become sick and die from obesity if depending on his size. So you have to tell him. You have to tell him. If everyone's gonna pander to everybody, nobody's gonna know the
Okay,
truth.
and then when you tell him in a harsh way, I go straight to the next McDonald's and I eat as much as I can because I'm feeling bad about the way Mustafa told my shit. So I'm gonna eat as much burgers as I can, man. Because I don't really care no more.
I'm not saying your intention is to say it in the most harshest way, but your intention is to be honest.
No. To be honest is the key. Honesty is the best policy. It's
Okay.
how you drop. It's how you drop.
Someone
That
who's
makes
fat, you tell them, look, you're overweight, you're fat, you
people
need to
will like
work
you
out.
more. People will like you more if you don't feel them bad about it even when you're criticizing them. People will like you more. People will enjoy you more. The people will open up to you. People will take you seriously. People will pay attention to you if you're not so mean to people. You can go far with just being nice to people, bruh.
No, but
You don't have to be hard.
Look. But you spoke about business before to try and use this example, and
Yeah,
I told
but
you,
telling you-
wait, brother, I told you one of the traits that people have, that a social scientist said, one of the main traits that somebody has that helps them develop in their career and in business is disagreeableness, being disagreeable with people.
Yeah, of course you can. Who said you cannot critically or constitutionally or even intellectually disagree with people? Who said that?
No. I'm saying somebody.
I own the company. I want to go far. I'm gonna disagree with Mustafa today. I'm not gonna drop it to you. Say, "Hey, Mustafa, get your ass in here." This is what's happening. You understand? I'm gonna tell him, Mustafa, let's go for a cup of coffee, bro. Because the way I have my ideas this way, this is how I'm selling my ideas. I like where you're coming from, but please, can you stop that now and move the way I want it? Because I am actually telling you now, yeah, this is how I want it done. I don't want you coming up to me next time and telling me like this. How I took you out. Look, I took you out of the general public. I took you out on your own, and I dropped it to you nicely. And then after that, I gave you a cup of coffee as well. So don't tell me that's not nice. That is a criticism, and you are going to pay attention to that criticism and react better to it than me dropping it in front of everybody that we work for and saying it to you like that.
No, but you're using the most craziest example. I'm saying you don't have to insult them in front of their family. I'm just saying be honest with the person. There's no more time for pandering. People don't get the outcomes they want in life because people lie to them. You got some women or some guys out here, a woman that's 4 or 5 guys telling them, look, the most absolute lies, and now they think they're 10 out of 10 because people have been pandering to them. You don't lie to people in life, bro, or else they're gonna have false expectations. Stop giving them lies.
That's not lies. I'm not. How am I selling lies? What the hell? What did I just say to you? Just because I know about my situation and the people I'm dealing with in every other situation, I try to study the situation, pay attention to the situation before I offer my words. Yeah, before I offer my words, I am lying now.
No. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying when it comes to these, no more pandering. We have to be honest with it. We don't sugarcoat the reality of it.
How am I pandering? How am I pandering if I'm dropping it better than you? How am I
but we need we need an actual example. Right now, I gave you an example so we could see it in real life. I told you somebody who's overweight. Okay, you tell them straight up, look, you are overweight, you need to lose weight, you need to work hard, I'm not saying this is how you do it in real life. That's but you would probably say, listen,
okay, do me a favor. Tomorrow morning,
how would you do that?
No, tomorrow morning. No. Tell me, yeah. Tomorrow morning, please do me a favor. When you are out and about tomorrow morning and you're outside your house or you're walking down in the city, please, every fat person out there to drop it like that. Let's see what happens to you.
So drop what?
Just say it like that. You said, "Oh, you're overweight, you're obese. It's bad for your health. Please lose weight." Say that to every fat person.
I'm not saying shout it in their face, bro.
No, man, no. Just say to every fat person you say.
Nah, but why would I say to everyone? Say if you see a family member that's kind of
But he's telling me what kind of scenario is that? We go if a fat person if I'm the fat person's trainer. I told you this before. If I'm his trainer,
fat person's trainer, you could be his friend. You could be his brother. You could be anybody.
If I'm his friend, I was telling the truth. I will tell him the truth.
How would you tell him?
I'll tell him the truth. I'll drop it like this. No, listen, my brother, man. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, You're fat. You're overweight. You need to change. Otherwise, you'll be gone.
Exactly.
And that's not
That's
being
all I'm
harsh.
saying.
I just said a
I
couple
agree
of
with
words.
you.
No, the way you
Yes.
say it's different to the way I said it. I said, I'm your friend.
Brother,
I showed him a different aspect. How to
I
receive
never
the
said to
information.
you,
His guard is
brother,
down. His guard is down.
brother.
His guard is down.
I'm
It's not
saying to
defensive.
you,
It's ready to
I
receive
never.
the
Do you
information
think?
I'm
Okay.
giving.
Do you really think, brother? Listen. Do you really think I was just gonna walk up to someone who's my friend and that? Listen, you're fat. Go. No, of course not. I'm not talking about. I'm not
But
talking
that's how
about
you
that.
come across. That's how you tell-
No, brother. I'm telling you. You have to be real with it instead of saying exactly your example is exactly a very good way to do it. The wrong way to do it. I'll tell you what the wrong way to do it is. Listen, brother. You're not really overweight like that, but just try to cut down a
Yeah,
little.
that's a
You're
nice one, Faye.
pandering him.
Like that.
You're
It's
not
the Faye
giving
just
him the
said it, man.
truth.
Even Dinta says to you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, keep your mouth shut, bro.
Brother,
You know
look,
what I'm
this is gonna
saying? Even if you have nothing good to say, just keep your mouth
this is
shut.
good
Keep
to say,
yourself.
bro. This could save his life. You're being honest with him. That could save his life.
Yeah,
This
but
is
it's the
very
way
good
you
what you're
put
telling
it.
him.
The way it's perceived. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not telling you not to be harsh when it's required to be harsh.
I'm just saying, there's no more time for the panda kings. Okay, panda kings, they don't work anymore. Okay,
No,
you have to be
no,
honest.
no.
The thing is, with me, I like that. With me personally, that's why I say I like harsh criticism. Someone tells me, look, what the fuck's wrong with
You're
you? Fix
built
up.
that way.
Yeah.
You're built that way. But not everyone
I
is.
like that. Okay, I
But
like
everyone
harsh
is
criticism.
built like you. Not everybody's like you.
I get
You
that,
have
but the reality is
you
that
don't have no experience.
that will get somebody the outcomes they want more than somebody lying to them.
Intellectually talking to the person, I'm not lying to the person, my friend. I'm talking to him in a higher level than you being harsh. No harshness, no nothing. I'm
Okay,
speaking
the
to
only
the
thing I
person
disagree with,
intellectual level.
brother,
Now,
look
I'm not
what you
being
said.
harsh. I am being neutral. I'm right in the middle, and I'm
Okay.
telling the truth.
Can I explain to you where the dilemma is for me? Right now,
Yes.
where you said, you actually said what I said. So you said, brother, you're fat. That's what you said. Okay.
No,
So
I'll
imagine
go to the guy. I'll say to him, "Listen, I'm sahib kama ha sahib kama ta no sahib kama legesta ya qofku jecel baruntu ku sheeg my brother." Or by that time, his defenses are down. He's worried and he's receiving the information.
and then you said you're
Not
fat.
in a harsh way. Not in a harsh way. I'm gonna tell him, bro. I'll tell you the truth. You're overweight, and I'm worried about your health. I'm worried about your health and where you're heading the next couple of years if we continue on this path.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That you tell me that was harsh. Tell me that was harsh, and that was a lie.
Yo,
Tell me that was a
Can you hear
harsh,
me?
and that was a lie.
Yeah.
How was
Okay.
that? Yeah, that wasn't a lie, and that wasn't
Yo,
harsh.
can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. So what I'm saying is,
You
right
get it
now, when you
perfectly.
said that, when you said something like that, or at the end, obviously, I'm not saying you don't speak to him a little bit, maybe get him some shah and then sit him down and say, brother, look, you're overweight. Even that might offend him and get him upset. I'm saying that the outcome, okay, what you should be going into a conversation with, I want this person that might be my friend, I want them to get the outcomes they want, regardless of how they feel about it. If you put the criteria, if you make the criteria how they feel about it, you're going to go wrong. Because then it's not the outcome. The outcome should be the criteria, not the emotions.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Mm.
Because if you put the emotions, say, look, whatever that, my only criteria is how they feel about it, then it's not going to be the outcomes they want. Because you even saying to them, oh, you're overweight, is going to upset them. So that means you can't say that if that's your criteria.
No, I'm not. I said that. I said to him, bro, you are overweight, and I'm worried about your health.
But
See,
he might think that's
I'm
harsh.
showing him.
He might
him.
see you harsh.
I know. I'm showing him I care. Look, I'm showing him I care.
Exactly.
You see, I told him I'm his friend.
I'm not saying, yeah.
All this, don't forget, all these words are up to they're placed in strategic places for the person, defense, the guards, and everything to be down. You understand?
I agree, bro. I'm not. Yeah.
For him to listen to me as a friend, to receive me as a friend, and to acknowledge my worry of his wealth, of his health. Sorry.
Obviously, look, how we're speaking is how we speak to men. We can't really speak like this to women because they function on their emotions. You can't really speak to them like this. It's a bit. It's,
women are even.
no.
Are even
It's harder.
buying.
The reason why it's hard, you can't speak like this to women, is because everything in the world of their whole life goes through their emotions. Like everything goes through their emotions. Us, it goes through our logic. For them, it goes through their emotions. So everything when we went holiday, we think about how was holiday.
listen. waxba ku sheegay ninkan la rag wanaagsan Mustafa maanta loo ku soo celcelinaya. What is he saying? He's saying qof gaal u tag, tell him you're going to hell. He show her start being in the nicest way. Bro, did I create them? Am I ilahi to them? How do I know where that person is going to end up?
No. We're
Do
not
I
saying.
know if he's going to hell or not?
No.
Do I know? How can I actually drop it to him like that?
Okay.
Let's be honest.
You can't drop it like you're going to hell, but you can drop it like kuffar go to hell. Do you understand?
No, non-believer goes to hell. Yeah, non-believers.
Yes.
In my
yes.
beliefs, in my ritual, in my beliefs, yes, in my religion is what I believe. On what Allah taught us, and what our prophets and what other people taught us. Yes, this happens. If you do the wrong thing, you end up in the wrong place. If you do the right thing, you end up in the right place. This is what happens. Yeah, you don't go around telling Qafka, oh, you're going to hell straight. Who the hell are you? Did you create the guy?
No. You don't say you're going to hell.
You didn't create him. You're not his creator. You're not his judge. You're not nothing to him. You're absolutely nothing to him. Maybe Eli might change his mind and put him in Jannah.
But what you can say to him, brother, what you can say to him is, if you die upon what you're upon, you'll go to hell. If you die upon kufr, you'll go to hell. You can say that to him.
Still, you cannot say that because you did not create him. Are you the guy who's going to judge him?
What?
Are you the person who's going to sit there and judge him?
You're saying you can't say that if you die a kuffar, you're going to hell.
No, but why would I say that? I don't know. I think I'm create Karenin. Eli knows where that person's going to end. How the hell do you know there's a last minute thing he did? How do you know there's a last minute thing he did that changed Allah's mind? How do you know?
I told you, if he dies,
Allah Ghafurur Rahim. It says in the Quran, Allah Ghafurur Rahim. Allah does as He wills.
And it says in the Quran, the kuffar will go to hellfire.
Yeah, it says, the non-believer will end up in hell.
Okay, so if you say generally speaking now, if you're kuffar, you go to hell. That's not right. It's true. You're telling me if you die upon your kufr, you go hell. That's it.
No, you will end up in the wrong place. Yeah. I don't know. I cannot guarantee it.
How did we go from a conversation to
according to my studies?
What's going on, guys?
Ahmed.
How did we go from my conversation about critiquing somebody's going to go to hell?
No. Wallahi, look. I'm not disagreeing with what you've got to say.
Muslim Abti. Nika was Salafi, you know, it's giving me a headache.
A nigga?
Yeah.
How? Brother,
you always sneak the religion in there. He always sneaks in the religion somewhere there.
No. The question was religion. Someone put a question and that was religion based. Hellfire.
Yeah, it was Ragwan Axon who said it.
Yes, exactly. So,
After I can't do that because I did not create the person. I can advise him and tell him, if you carry on the way you're doing, there's no good that will come out of it.
That's a bit sugarcoating. That's according a bit sugarcoating, brother. Stop the pandering. That's a bit sugarcoating.
That's not pandering. That's not pandering. That's being the truth. That's just being the honestly truth. That's just being. I know my place. I did not create the person.
That's
I don't know what he might do.
You have to be.
I don't know what he might do that makes it like change his mind or Allah puts him in hell. Or,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he dies upon that, brother. If he dies upon the kufr, then you already know. You know he's going to hell if he dies upon the kufr.
If he dies, instead of telling him if you do what you're doing, you're going to hell.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying. I never said that.
The guy is actually dying, isn't it? The guy is actually dying. So might as well tell him, Maskah Shahadat, why am I going to go tell him, you're going to hell?
I never said do that, brother. You really don't understand what comes out.
But that's all I'm saying. Just told me.
I never said that. I said, if somebody asks you now, okay, if does a non-Muslim go to hellfire? That doesn't mean you don't call them to Islam or you don't. Oh no, you're going hellfire. What kind of nonsense is this? All I'm saying is, if somebody dies of kufar, they go hellfire. Why? What's so hard to understand about this? Are we like atheists?
No, if the person dies as a kufr, according to our scripture, according to our belief,
Okay,
according
so
to
what's the
Allah,
debate about?
yeah, it will end up in hell. But I cannot guarantee that either because, bro, I did not create it.
No, I can't. I'm not telling you to guarantee that that person
Yeah,
you're
but you're
talking about.
talking like you know. You're dropping it like you know.
No, what we do know is Kufar for
Come
hellfire. That's what
on.
we do know. That's what we do know.
Yeah, you don't know.
No, that's what we do know that. Okay, if we can believe in the Quran, then we do know that.
Yeah. All right, fine.
So,
No, we're not going nowhere. You just keep going around the same circle, bro. You don't understand where I'm coming from, and you keep, arguing with me over nothing. All I'm telling you is there's a better way of dropping it than just being harsh. That's it.
Gotta be harsh, man.
Okay. For me, we'll end this conversation like this. Okay. I believe the outcomes should outweigh the emotions. If you want your friend to get better in life, don't pander for the emotions. Go for the outcomes. Some things that you say might be harsh to them. You telling someone that's fat that they're overweight.
Oh, you know the outcome then. Now you can tell the future. You know the outcome of every situation.
No. I said the outcomes
No,
they
you
want.
know how I'm gonna perceive the information you're giving me, and you know the outcome of what I'm gonna